All right, looks like I am live. Let me get this posted on the social medias. And I think there's only 3 people here right now anyway, so this should give me enough time to quickly get this posted. Gotta tell the community about it. Let's do this real quick. We're at 13 people. Good. Like I said, I'm just posting it to the social media world right now. Just getting started, so your patience is appreciated. And get it there. Oh, did I never change? I never changed the thumbnail, did I? Oh, whoops. Well, hopefully people didn't notice that. I didn't change the thumbnail. No likes yet? Come on now. If you've been here before and you know you're going to like this thing, let's hit that like button. Let's hit the like button. And can people hear me? That's the other thing. Maybe if you can hear me, as is becoming tradition, can you hit the number 1 in the chat box if you can hear me? Can you hear me? I think I can change this real quick. So let me try. Oh, I don't know if I can change it. I did. I totally forgot to change the thumbnail. I don't know how much that's really going to matter. I mean, the title says 327. Now I'm curious. Okay, looks like I can change. I think I'm still live right now. I guess I don't know. Downloads. There it is. Thursday. Yes, that's what we want. Thursday. Let's save that. Hopefully everybody had a good day. I don't even know if I'm still live right now because I'm off screen. Thursday. All right, there we go. All right, now let's get back to this. We're still here, as far as I can tell. Still no likes. So is my counter off? Usually we have likes before the stream even starts. So could somebody could just hit the like button, and if you have hit the like button, let me know in the chat box. Because I don't know how we're still at 0 likes. That's kind of crazy. All right, there we go. 1 like. Just hit it. Thank you. All right, well, we have 1 person that likes this. Maybe everybody else is brand new. You were number 1. All right, there we go. 4 likes. Okay. Well, trying to go a little earlier. Usually been doing 11:15, but I figured I'd push it up to 11 and see how that goes. Joe, hello. So yeah, we'll see. Right now, it seems like not a good idea to have moved this up to 11, as it was at 0 likes for like the longest time. And usually, like I said, when we're at 11:15, people are already liking this before the thing starts. But I don't know, maybe my thumbnail threw some people off because it was the wrong thumbnail. But it is what it is at this point. All right, we're at the 7 likes. We're not terrible here. My day has been a clown fiesta. My whole week has pretty much been a clown fiesta. I have not had any red days, but yeah, I just can't do anything. It seems like everything is pulling teeth. If I want to make money, it's like pulling teeth from the market and then just doing stupid things. I'll go into more of my day once we get more people here, but I hope that you have had a better day than I've had so far. I had a big win turn into a small win, holding for too long. I'm still up though. Well, at least you gave it a chance. You were trying to get, you can't hit a home run if you're always stopping on, on second base. So I mean, that comes with the territory sometime. If you let a position try to work for you, sometimes it's going to turn around on you. But you got to remember, there are going to be those moments where the thing, because you gave it a chance to work for you, it's really going to work for you, and it'll be well worth it. But yeah, I know how that goes. It can be frustrating to you know, have you know, a bigger win. But that's also why I don't like to watch my P&L, because if you watch your P&L, you're like, wow, that's kind of a lot right now. That's kind of a lot. But if you're just watching the chart and then you look at the P&L after you get out of the trade, that helps me. I'm not somebody that likes to watch the P&L because it plays too many games with me, my mind, while I'm in the trade. So that's just that's always a difficult spot to be in. All right, now we're up to 10 likes. Very good, very good. As I always say to people, if you've been here before and you know you're going to like this, make sure you hit that like button. If you've never been here, welcome. Great to have you. No need to hit the like button, as I realize right now, you don't know if you're going to like this or not. But, yeah, so my day's been pretty rough. How did everybody's day here go so far? Green, red, green but annoying, red but it was a discipline day. Take a look at the overall markets right now. So SPY right now doing battle, having a problem with the 50 period moving average. So no guarantees, but I would not be shocked if we get some sort of pullback here. So from that angle, I'd have more of a bearish slant, bearish bias on things right now. But of course, that's always subject to change if the price can push up through there. But right now, it's not going to. Okay, so the Qs have not gotten up to its 50 period moving average yet. So the Qs still have a little bit of wiggle room before they can finagle themselves up to potentially doing battle with that 50 period moving average. Yeah, that's pretty much the overall markets. NQ right now, 30-minute. So for you futures traders out there, hopefully there's a lot of futures traders out there. But nice job breaking up through the 50 period. Keep an eye on this, and we'll have to keep our eye on that for the stream. If the price gets up there, that could get a little sketchy. Where's the ES at on the 30-minute? Oh, ES is currently right there. So that's exactly what I mean. Why we need to keep our eye on that for the NQ, because the ES has already proven that to be true. Came up here and surprise, surprise, look right where it got rejected, right at that pink line. You can't make that stuff up. Amazing. The power of charts. Power of charts. Red, but not as red as yesterday. That's good, Walt. Patrick, up early, down late. Hopefully not down too much, Joe. I'm always sticking on the 10% profit no matter what. I'm making $200 a day. That's good, Joe. Just make sure that you don't end up having a day where you lose 1,000. Red, yeah, a lot of red out there. And I excuse me, I was red on the day too at one point. So if anybody's red, I hear you. I was red. Eventually got myself back to green, but like I said, it's been a clown fiesta. Just got lucky on TNON. Now I'm green. So Walt is trading stocks, which I'd say, Walt, there are probably better choices out there for you to use with your capital. Especially, I don't know how much money you have in your account, Walt, but if it's less than $25,000, then I'm sure you know you're having to deal with that pattern day trading rule. So if that is true, let me know. I can share more. If I can give a suggestion of what may be a better use of your time and capital. Wow, didn't ever think I'd see this. Awesome to see you live, Clay. Well, where you been, Bullish Bear? I mean, I've been live now for basically 2 months. Green on all accounts after getting kicked in the teeth. That's good, Ford. Good, Fordy. Glad to hear that. Cash account on Webull. Okay, so you have to deal with the cash settlement rules, Walt. Yeah. I would encourage you to look into futures, Walt, through a prop firm. Just because futures, there's no pattern day trading rule. You can day trade as much as you want. And then you have a lot less capital at risk. Whereas on, you said you traded TNON earlier. I mean, TNON has been a mover for sure, but you can also be, one of these people that buy right here, and then you just get crushed on these movements down like that. And those movements right there, that's all your money that you're losing. Whereas in a prop firm account, it's not anywhere close to all your money that would be being used in that situation. So just something to consider, Walt, and anybody that's trading stocks. There is a better way. There is a better way. And in fact, dare I say, if you want to be if you're a day trader, you want to day trade, and you're doing stocks, I would argue you are wasting your time. You're wasting your capital. You're not being very wise. And I don't mean that to I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm just saying it to just make you aware of things. You're teaching yourself how to trade. Oh, bless your heart. I hope you have a big account. I hope you have a big account. It is going to be costly. Even more the reason if you're gonna teach yourself how to trade, as somebody that taught myself how to trade, it's going to be very costly. I hope you have a whole lot of money. Which is why when I got into real estate investing, I gladly invested $5,000 into courses and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I'm not going through that teach myself stuff again. No way. All right, well, on this one, we got a nice little pullback. And by this one, I mean we're looking at the MNQ. Let's look at things on the NQ. So got ourselves a bit of a bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. Just to make it easier to see, there is our area of resistance. There's the support. There's the big move up. So bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. Question now becomes, do you believe? Can it get up through here? And if it can, does it get more continuation potentially up to that pivot point up there, which is that brown line? And let me just throw a question mark here for people that are just getting logged on. I'm not saying that's for sure going to happen. That's just a question. Can it get the breakout of the pattern? So NQ right now looking at a bull pennant. Well, I say this with all due respect as an accountant, something I could never do. But being an accountant has nothing to do with day trading. Now, if you're trading if you're day trading using fundamentals, I'm not really sure how you would do that. I could see swing trading or investing using fundamentals, using cash flow statements and balance sheets and all that sort of stuff. But being an accountant is not going to do you any good if you're wanting to be a day trader. Look at that. Boom. Right off of that trend line. Amazing. The power of charts. Crazy stuff. Now, if you're looking to play a pullback, which I potentially am interested, but I don't even know if I should keep trading. Like I said, today's been such a clown fiesta for me. But this overnight high right there looks interesting. Oh, you're doing fundamentals primarily? Okay, well then, yeah. So you're not really, well, yeah. I mean, saying you're a fundamental trader and a day trader, in my mind, doesn't really compute. Because, I mean, what is what a stock does within every 5 minutes, I don't think really cares too much about the fundamentals. All right, so for people that like to play backtest, there you go. It's on the bottom part of this pattern. Is it going to bounce back up? Is it going to bounce back up? Just scrolling trades. What do you think about RR? Is RR a stock, and are you a day trader just scrolling trades? Pretty sure RR is a stock. There it is. Let me hop over to my Putts Around account for the live, what I'll call my live stream account. There we go. And that way, if this one gets a little ugly, that's okay. In. Looking for a bounce here. Looking for a little bit more of a bounce than that. Do you want to bounce? Can we get a push back up now? Come on. There we go. So I'll just take that. Just get something under my belt here. Get a trade. Because if I'm going to say we got some live trading on the stream, I should probably do a live trade. So there we go. Little $65 scalp on that one. So I chose scalp. If you did not choose scalp, well then we'll see. Right now, the people that did not choose scalp, they chose better than I did. But also, to be fair, I don't know if they have enough to really count this as a winning trade yet. I mean, if you're like, no, I want to see this thing make a bigger move, maybe retest this line. Clearly, it hasn't done that. But for the scalp people that chose scalp, they are green. But in 5 minutes from now, us, like myself, that chose a scalp, may be looking back and saying, why did I choose a scalp? And that's what I'm saying right now. So if you played that pullback, but you chose to not scalp it, well done to you. Now your question here is, do you get the break of the trend line? And that's trading. Sometimes you'll choose the wrong strategy. So, I mean, I was still right in the sense of I made money, but I was wrong in the sense of what strategy I chose. But that's always hindsight too, right? Because there will be some situations where you choose scalp. So something like this would have happened. It comes up like it did. You choose scalp, you get out, and then it just plummets. So then what do you have? You have the scalp people that chose scalp. They're the ones that are like, hey, fantastic. And then you have the people that were like, no, I don't want to scalp. I want a more of a move in my favor. Well, they're having a losing trade on it. So, but that's not what happened there. Whoa, now it's coming all the way back down. But regardless. So the people that were wanting more, they got more. I would assume they've locked in at least some gains on this move here, and now maybe they have a stop loss, and now they're seeing if they can get the break here. Or at least that's how I would have played it, assuming multiple contracts. Just scrolling trades. I say this with all due respect. You are wasting your time as a day trader in stocks. It's an absolute waste of time and waste of capital. Where's RR? Yeah. I mean, so let's find a crazy. Okay, right here. This went from basically let's call it $1.70 up as high as $2.30. I'm going to show you right now. Show you all you stock traders why it's a terrible use of capital, terrible use of risk. So, and I just hear me out, because I used to trade stocks too. So what I say? Okay, we'll call it $1.70 up to $2.30. So yes, I know I can do the math, but $2.30 minus $1.70 is a 60-cent move. Okay, so that's what you had to work with, and this was a very big move. So we have 60 cents, but in order to make really any sort of real money, I mean, I'd say you'd probably want at least 1,000 shares of this price range. So at $1.70, let's say you played this perfectly, got at the bottom, but you want 1,000 shares. How much would that cost you? Well, if each share is $1.70 and you want 1,000 of them, that would require $1,700. Okay, so $1,700 is the key number. So then what did you make? It moved 60 cents. And if you moved 60 cents per share and you owned 1,000 shares, that means you made $600 on this move. Okay, so you needed $1,700 in order to make $600, and all your money was at risk, right? Because if this thing didn't do this, but instead it plunged, and you went into tilt mode, or you revenge traded, or you just started doing something stupid, well then any sort of losses, that's all your money. That's all coming out of your pocket. Whereas on the flip side of things, let's hop back over to what we're looking at here with futures. And let's just look at this distance right here, which is, hopefully we can all agree, that from here to here, not a huge distance. And the difference in these numbers right here is 20. So in futures, first futures lesson, everything is measured in points. Not dollars and cents, just points. So this space right here represents 20 points. On the contract that I was just trading, 1 point equals $20 per contract, because with futures, you don't trade shares, you trade contracts. So I had one contract. So if 1 point equals $20, and we just said this was a 20-point space, what kind of gains are you looking at here? So let's do some quick math. We said that was 20 points, and we just said that 1 point is worth $20. And that's just per contract. So this distance, very minimal distance here, was worth potentially $400. But the key question now is, well, how much does that require? Because in the stock, you would have needed $1,700. Well, in futures, if you're doing it through a prop firm, you could go and you could get yourself $25,000 of purchasing power for $105. $105 gets you $25,000 of purchasing power. And of that one contract that I had, you could go up as high as 3. So in other words, that $400, you could, had you had 3 contracts, you could multiply that by 3. And right there, you're at $1,200. So you've beaten the gains of a stock, and it requires way, way, way less of your money. Because again, for that stock to make that $1,600, you needed $1,700. Here, you need $105. But the best part is, If you lose your mind, if you do something really stupid and you're doing a stock, that's your money coming out of your account. With this, because the first stage is a test to prove yourself, but if you do something stupid and in this test phase for this size account, you're not allowed to lose more than $1,500. But if you were to, like I said, lose your mind, do something dumb and lose $1,500, did you actually lose $1,500? In the world of stocks, yeah, you did, because you're using your own money. In the world of prop firms, you're not. You would have just lost 105 because they would take the account away from you. You can always purchase the account again, but they take it away from you and you would be out $105. So that's why stock trading, in my opinion, from day trading, swing trading, investing, that's a whole nother category. But in the category of day trading, stocks makes 0 sense. And you lose your account in seconds. I'm not sure which. Are you talking about a stock account or your prop firm account? Which platform am I trading on right now? I am trading on Take Profit Trader, which is the prop firm. So the way it works, which is super nice, is you pick how much purchasing power do you want. So these are the choices. And then during the checkout process, they say, hey, what platform do you want to use? And you will choose Tradeovate. They'll create the account for you, which is a huge time savings. You don't have to go through the hassle of, okay, now I got to sign up for this platform and broker and none of that stuff. They'll do it for you. They'll send you your username and password, and then you log in. But I'm doing future trading through the prop firm. The prop firm I'm using and recommend is Take Profit Trader. So if you're looking to support the channel, just use the link that you see on your screen there. And then during the checkout process, select Tradeovate, and that is the platform that I am using here. And you lose your account in seconds. Yeah, no, I agree. You could lose your accounts in seconds because you could lose $1,500. So let's say you do something stupid and in seconds you lose $1,500. But did you lose $1,500? No, you lost 105. In stocks, especially stocks like RR and all these ones that are lower priced but very volatile. That's why people are trading them. They're lower priced and they're very volatile. You could lose your account in seconds too. But the problem with losing your account in seconds too is it's like literally $1,500. So yeah, you could lose $1,500 on one of these stocks in seconds. I fully agree. On this sort of stock, you could lose $1,500 in seconds if you're not careful or you lose your mind or something crazy happens. But the difference is that's literally $1,500 of your own money. It's not $105. So yeah, I think you're arguing for me, okay, because that proves my point exactly. The micro challenge been abandoned. That was just so last Monday, I guess 2 Mondays ago, it just didn't work because I was putting on trades for the sake of the stream and for the challenge, and I was taking a bunch of stupid trades, and it was just a clown fiesta. So I'm not going to do that. From my understanding, people enjoy the commentary anyways, kind of just me giving my thoughts and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing more so right now. So good question, Walt. You pay 105. You prove yourself as a trader. How do you prove yourself? Well, let's just say you do the $50,000 account. You prove yourself by needing to show you can trade. So how do you, quote unquote, show you can trade? Well, you got to hit the profit target of 3,000, but you're not allowed to lose 2,000. And then they'll let you do up to 6 of the very volatile contracts or 60 of the smaller ones, which I'm sure I'll show at some point during the live stream. And then once you pass, prove yourself, you move into what is called a pro account. And then in the pro account, you get to keep 80% of any of the gains that are made. And then pro plus, you would be at 90%. So that is how you bring home the bacon. Pass the test, prove that you can trade, move into the pro account. And then you also have the choice to eventually move up into the Pro Plus account. But all this, like I said, you do all that, and all you have at risk the entire time is just that initial cost to purchase the account. Oh, we got to get this extended down. Whoops. No. All right, so it did technically break. Hopefully this didn't sucker people in. Well, I mean, they're still fine. It still got a chance to break, but it's always better when it breaks and then it just goes. But to break and you get these little pullbacks again, not that the chart did anything wrong, but yeah, I think we can all agree when things break, it's so much better if it just breaks and just straight up goes. So yeah, so think about it. The people that wanted more, so I chose the scalp here, made the money, and the people that wanted more, it if they did not take any profits on this move right here, this probably stopped them out. That move down. Maybe not, but I would assume that at that point they probably had their stop down below the lows right there. So maybe they survived it. But yeah, depending on that strategy, the scalp might have been the best way to go about it because they actually never did get any more pushback and it rolled back over. But again, to be fair, if they had multiple contracts, maybe they took one out right there and then had their stop at, slightly break even or whatever. So it would have still been a winning trade for them. They just would not have gotten any more upside push. Buying power is less important. What matters is the size of the drawdown. Correct, but the buying power is just how you describe the accounts. But yeah, I agree with that. Gotcha. Watch the replay of it after the stream. It will give you a laugh. Oh, are you talking about the I'm bad about wanting more? Well, I don't think you're saying you're bad about wanting more if it gives you more. I think that's a good skill to have. I think if you can let a position work for you, that's a good skill because that's one of the hardest things. I think in other words, not taking profits too soon is so hard. Just letting something work for you, letting it hit price targets and all that, very, very difficult skill to have. Assuming that you're wanting more is not unrealistic, right? So if you're like, and I'm just making this up, but if you're buying right here and you're like, I want up here, it's like, okay, that's like 60 points. Like that might be wanting a little bit too much. But wanting more is not inherently a bad thing, assuming your wanting more is realistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's fine.
I can't find my phone. Can I use yours to...
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
Just talking to the internet. I'm currently trading scalping gold, making $100 so far while taking... Cool, Joe. Yeah, I've never traded gold in the futures market. I know some people do. As a reminder, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. The goal is, once again, 110 likes. Okay, yeah. We are far behind on likes. I don't know. This stream has been goofy with likes. I don't know if the button was broken at first, but usually we're closer to 50 by the 30-minute mark, and we're not. We just went over a little halfway. So as a reminder, make sure you hit that like button. That is how I am gauging, interest. How I'm engaging, if I want to continue with the live stream, if maybe I want to try to rework some things. So like I said, that is a very easy and free way. I mean, super chats work too, but obviously that's not a free way. But hitting the like button is a way to communicate that you do enjoy the stream. Are bull pennants and flags patterns that show up in futures? Oh yeah, they show up all the time. I mean, we're looking at one right here. Look at this. This is a beautiful... And I would argue, people can disagree. So, I mean, you could draw it from right there. You could draw, but I mean, this is a bull pennant right here. Yeah. I think that bull pennants and bull flags work a lot better in futures because so many people are watching futures. And that's one of the other main things is in futures, people just pick a market and they trade it. So Joe, for example, he trades gold every single day. That's just what he does. For me, I like the NQ, which is the NASDAQ, NQ and MNQ. So point here is stocks. Think about it. You don't know what stock traders are watching. I mean, you can gauge, but still, it's like, well, I don't know. Are traders jumping back and forth? It's hard to trust patterns, especially on the lower price ones, because they don't quite have as much volume or let alone consistent volume. So the patterns can get kind of sketchy in a hurry. Now, that's not to say that, futures market and the patterns work flawlessly all the time, but it is to say that just based on the normal function, the inherent way the futures market works is there's just a good amount of there's a good amount of volume, so you get kind of smooth moves. Smooth moves. How does payout work on futures? Yeah, you make money after you get to the pro account. So after you get, there we go. It's knocking on that level again. But after you get to the pro account, then what you make, you get to keep 80% of. And then Pro Plus, you get to keep 90. And then this is why I recommend Take Profit Trader, because prop firms, and this doesn't make them a scam. I'm not saying that, but some of them, they're like, well, you can only request pay. So let's just say you make $10,000. They'll say, well, no, you can only request payments every couple of weeks, and we're going to max how much you can request. So you can only request $3,000. So even though you made $10,000, just every couple weeks you can only request $3,000 of that. Again, that doesn't make them a scam. Those companies do pay and all that. But Take Profit Trader, who's I'm using and recommending, they're like, no, if you make $10,000, then you can request it whenever you want, and you can request the full amount if you want. So yeah, Take Profit Trader is a little bit more expensive up front, and it's not a lot, just a little bit more expensive up front. But on the back end is where you're getting that flexibility, where you can request the payments whenever you want and for whatever amount. And that's kind of what is I think what's making Take Profit Trader very popular now. Is just the flexibility of that. Again, a little bit more expensive up front. You'll see some crazy deals from other prop firms. And again, that doesn't mean they're a scam or anything like that. But for Take Profit Trader, it is a little bit more up front, but you gain that backside flexibility. With the current deal, they're not more expensive. Oh, that's true, yeah. So with the current promotion that they're running, yeah, as Mark points out, they're actually technically not even more expensive. So this is what I mean. This market is just, for me at least, for me it's been a challenge. And this is why so this makes me feel a little bit better because hindsight bias. So this level right here, beautiful trend line. And I even bought a little bit before. Blue's kind of hard to see. So I bought like right there. And then it came up and I got up. I don't even know what I made. Like $200 on the trade. And then boof. It just booms up. But what's in my mind is all these instances. This is why I'm kind of not trusting the market. Then you have this trend line, and look at all these little fake breaks everywhere. Fake break, fake break. I mean, kind of a true break, but I mean that's just more of a scalp, and that's why I scalp that because I didn't necessarily trust it. And then of course it goes. But this is why. So that makes me feel better. It's like the market, really this whole week for me at least, it seems like there hasn't been any sort of clean. Now, this was clean. This is what breakouts are, dreams are made of. Right there. Boom. But here, it's just sloppy. And that's why, I look back on that one and I'm kind of hard on myself. But granted, it's hindsight confirmation bias. It's easy to say what I should or should not have done when I'm looking and seeing, what happened afterwards. But, yeah, that's why. You look at this trend line and it's just sloppy. Just sloppy action today. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. Name the movie. Name the movie. Hey, lady, you're scaring us. Name the movie. I have a TradingView account, and they can be connected to an existing account, or do they have to be created? Yeah, no, you can. So the nice thing about Take Profit Trader is one of the accounts that they do connect up with is TradingView. So 40, Matt. Very good. Correct. I'm probably revealing my age. Like I'm 41. So like if you're in your 20s, and I say Billy Madison, do we have anybody here in their 20s? Anybody here so if you're in your 20s, or I guess 20 or below. 20 or below and I say Billy Madison, does that mean anything to you? If you are 20 or below and I say Billy Madison, are you just like, who? Does that mean anything? Okay, so Rashid, Evil Shaddix, Billy Madison, does that mean anything to you? No. Oh, I'm getting so old. Oh. No. Okay, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. So we have one no, and then I guess there's only two people that are. Maybe I'm just here. Maybe I just attract the older crowd. I don't know. And here we go on the pullback. Man, that's what I mean. It's a hard day for those that maybe didn't see on my account that I'm working on too. That's the other nice thing with prop firms. You can have multiple accounts, and then you can ultimately do copy trading. But this was an account where I was down, I think, $200 at one point. And like I said, this trade here, the breakout that I kind of botched, but as we were just talking about, it's easy to say botched in hindsight. But that is the break that did bring me back to green, I think. I don't remember. I think I was saying this in yesterday's live stream. It's funny when people are asking me about my trades from like yesterday or a couple days ago. I can't even remember my trades from 10 minutes ago. All right, this yeah, I'll do. Nope, I don't want this account. I want to my live stream account. There we go. I'm fixing to turn 2 nickels. All right. Glee, that's the name of my donkey. Glee, you seriously own a donkey? That's cool if you do. So now we're getting the bigger pullback here. I can get rid of that line too. It's having a couple of interesting pullback points. We have the 200 period right there. We have the VWAP right there. So are those areas where it could potentially bounce from? A valid question, a valid thought throw out there. Can we get 11 more likes? Let's get this up to 50 real quick. Let's get this up to 50 likes. If you have not yet hit the like button, please do. That helps out a whole lot, and it gives me feedback. What's the ES up to right now? Ooh, ES looks nice. You have both yesterday's close, which is that orange line, and the 200 period moving average at the same level. So does that guarantee a bounce? No, there are no guarantees. But does it make it plausible? Yeah. 38, I'm with you. This is 55 years old. Oh yeah, your wit went right over my head. Skibidi. Yeah, all right. We got some Billy Madison people here. But yeah, right now I don't know if there's a whole lot you could really do. I suppose you could get short here if you wanted to stop above the orange line. So very minimal risk with the idea that this thing's either going to break down and continue or it's going to pop up and stop you out. In fact, yeah, I'll do that with a couple of NQs. So let's see if this wants to come on down some more. There we go. Moving my stop to winning trade territory. There we go. So this will be a winning trade now no matter what. There we go. So just scalped out of that one. Now that was just 2 micros. So the first one you saw, the things were adding up. The dollars and cents were adding up a whole lot quicker if you're watching that one. But with futures, and this is why, again, an argument for futures, they allow you to manage the volatility of positions so much better because 5-6 years ago, the market came out with what are known as micros. So the NQ is what the first trade was, and the NQ has been around for, I don't know, years. But this is also a very volatile one. But then, like I said, 5-6 years ago, they came out with the MNQ. M standing for micro, meaning micro, you're going to have much less risk. Of course, two-sided coin, you won't make as much if you're right, which you just witnessed there. But the point here is from a trader standpoint, just the flexibility of choices. Okay, do I want to lower the volatility? Well, then you can always hop to the M's. But if you're like, no, I'm good, then you could stay up at the NQ. Yeah, got a little aggressive with the stop loss, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, Kelvin. Oh no, blew my second test. Kelvin, maybe slow down a little bit. Maybe slow down just a tad. Just a tad. You were doing great yesterday, I thought, Kelvin. What happened? What time frame is this? I'm using the 2-minute time frame, which you can see right there. But also keep in mind, off screen, I'm watching other time frames. So you do not see everything that I see because I can only fit so much in the window. Although right now, I should probably be buying because this is, yep. So look at this. 5-minute is at the 200 period moving average. 2-minute is right here. So let me just try to get one. Okay, in. Let's see if we can get some sort of bounce here. And I'm going to take that scalp. There we go. Again, I didn't make a whole lot because I'm on the micros. So I think I made, a quick 27 on that one. So I'm up 57 now. But right here, this is why you want to use multiple time frames. Think about it. We got perfect alignment. 5 minute was right at the pink line there. The famous, the well-known 200 period moving average. The 2 minute just also happened to be at its 200 period moving average. So, I mean, that's a trade you got to take. You have a tight risk profile. But yes, I am in a scalpy mood today. So once again, for me as a scalper, it worked. Time will tell. Hindsight will tell. Should I have held longer? Should I have been one of those traders that's like, no, I'm not going to scalp it. I'm going to let it work for me. I want to see more from it. So right now, they're still waiting. They want to see, will it get more? Now, to be fair to them, maybe they locked in a little bit of gains. I'm guessing they have their stop loss down below the 200 period moving average. But right now, they're thinking, uh-oh, maybe I should have just scalped. Maybe I should have just scalped. Whereas me, I'm sitting here saying, hey, I'm glad I scalped right now. I'm feeling good about the scalp when I see this. Now, if this candle turns around and goes like that, I will be sitting here saying, why did I scalp? Right? So hindsight's always, sometimes one strategy is going to be way smarter than the other. But you're never going to know. And that's just that's the challenge of trading. All right, now as a scalper, I'm like, uh-oh, maybe I should have not have scalped. And the people that are wanting more, they're like, all right, good, yeah, bounce off that level. But that's really what it's coming down to. Does that 200 period on the 5 minute want to hold? Does the 200 period on the 2 minute want to hold? I was up 2,700 for the day yesterday. I just got greedy this morning. Nope. Well, I'm just glad that you're in a prop firm, Kelvin, and that you're the thousands of dollars that you lost to blow up the account was not actually thousands of dollars of your own money. So I will. I'll say that, which is just the benefit of that. I know in order to blow those, because you're doing the 150,000 accounts. Am I remembering that right? Again, if you could hit the like button, that is appreciated. If we could get this up to 50 likes here, fantastic. The overall goal is 110. And we're a little bit below. Oh, okay. So right here, I don't know. I think those longs that maybe wanted more, they may be getting stopped out here. Maybe they had their stop down below VWAP. But right there. So I would argue this was a situation where, yeah, scalping was the right move. To be fair, I don't know where everybody's stop would have been from the people that chose a strategy of, I'm not scalping. I want to see some more. So maybe they survived this move down, to be fair to them. I don't know. I would assume their stop loss was somewhere down below the pink line, but again, that's just my assumption. Longs just sold to move to GME. Oh, yeah, I don't think JDA is here today, so we won't have to hear about GME going to $500 all day long. 150,000, yeah. What's the profit goal or time spent in test account before they upgrade you to pro? Patrick, good question. So with Take Profit Trader, the test phase here. Whoops. There we go. Test phase is at least 5 days. And now you don't have to pass in 5 days, but you have to go at least 5 days in the test account. And if you hit 3,000 within 5 days, then on day number 6, you will be in the pro account. And then you can start making money, requesting money, all that. I will say this, you can take as long as you want on the test, but I would encourage you to get it done within a month. Which with futures, more than enough time. They definitely, I promise you, maybe you're looking at this like $3,000. I've never made $3,000 before. I'm telling you, in futures, they move very quickly, and that is a realistic amount. But I would say aim to get it done within a month, because you don't have to, but if you don't get it done in a month, then you're going to have to pay $119 again, because during the test phase, it's $119 per month, but after you get into the pro account, there is no more monthly fee, which is truly awesome. So that's what I mean, like, you could be all in, like your risk all in could be $119, because once you get to the pro account, hey, you're good to go. Now, if it takes you 2 months, then your all in risk is going to be more, right? Because you're gonna have to pay that $119 twice. But that's why I encourage people, try to get it done within a month so that you're not getting hit with that monthly bill. But if you can get it done, now a lot of people get it done within the first 5 days, but you don't have to. So I'm not one of those people that's like, just get it done in the 5 days, go, 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 go. So I'm not that extreme, but I'm also not like, just literally take your time. If it takes you 7 months, take 7 months. It's like, no. Then all of a sudden you have that times 7. No, now you have way too much risk in. Keep your risk as small as possible, and by getting it done within a month, your risk is literally what you bought the account for. Oh, okay. So right here, a good example of just strategies. I'm as a scalper, I played that very, very wisely. People that wanted more, hey, I can see why you might want more, but ultimately hindsight dictated that strategy, no, you should have just scalped because it just kept going down. But again, to be fair, and I'll keep pointing back to this. Oh, I deleted that line out. I was telling people earlier, to be fair, that trend line break right there, I took and I scalped it. And yes, the people that were like, no, I'm not scalping, they chose wisely because they had a very nice move. So yes, I've been there before where you're green on the trade, but you're like, whoops, that was the wrong strategy. When is your next webinar? Hey, thanks for asking. People are going to accuse us of turning this into a sales pitch. It's actually tonight. So if you want to check out my free webinar, that'll be tonight. You can check out that link right there. Get signed up for it. That will be tonight. If you can get to 3K in under a month. You can definitely get to 3K in under a month. I'm telling you, futures move very quickly. Like I said, this distance right here. So from here to here, that's a 20-point distance. And you're an accountant, so I know you can follow these numbers very quickly. So that's 20 points. Oh, look at this thing bleed. 1 point is $20, and that's per contract. So that distance right there, I know you can do this math mentally. 20 points, each point is 20. That value right there is $400 that you can make per contract. So if you're at 3 contracts, 4 contracts, 5 contracts, I mean, that could be, that little distance there could be $2,000 just like that. Now, of course, that little distance against you can be $2,000 against you. That's why risk management and risk control is so important. But my point here is that $3,000 in a month, if you've never made $3,000, may seem like that is the craziest thing ever. But it's not crazy. It's not crazy. And anybody here trading futures, I would hope would attest to the fact that, yeah, no, that's not that crazy. Like, it can add up very quickly. Find the VWAP. Yep, the VWAP is right here and did not really care too much about the VWAP. Although 5-minute right now, so this is where it's kind of a struggle because it is. The 5 minutes flirting with the 50-period moving average, that purple line with the VWAP, but it's also just, in some senses, it's become a falling knife right now. And falling knives have not been very kind the past couple of days. Especially yesterday. So here's something that could be considered. Do you get short somewhere around here and a stop up above that high right there? So you have a very minimal risk, but if this thing does ultimately continue on with the current trend, you could be looking at quite a bit more. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. As it says, none of this is advice. I'm here to entertain. But that's something that, okay, come on. This group is cruel. We're at 49 likes. Can we get one more like? Again, if you are enjoying, hit the like button. I am new to this. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to continue with it. I am enjoying the challenge of it. I'd like to try to build it up, but I'm also not going to waste my time. I have 6 kids all at home. So if it's just like, this isn't working, then I need to be efficient with my time is what I'm getting at. So if you are enjoying and, the easiest feedback and the free feedback is to hit the like button. I mean, I'll take a super chat. Like, hey, Clay, I'm enjoying $2 super chat. That's great, too. I'm not going to turn that down, but I realize that's not the free way. But if you are enjoying, hit that like button. $500 a day keeps the day job away. That is true. That is true. And $500 a day in futures is not guaranteed because trading is very hard. But $500 in the world of futures is realistic. Is realistic. The 200 SMA on the 1 hour is at 2051. Is it? I can't say that I use the 1 hour. Very much. Patrick Tucker. Hey, have been day trading for about a year daily. Break even overall, except for a couple mental mistakes, but still basically even. Maybe slightly under what I started with in the account. Might give this a shot. Well, Patrick, I argue that for you. Well, I don't know. My first question would be your day trading. So, are you being hindered by the pattern day trading rule, Patrick? That'd be my first question. Hey, Clay, longtime follower, love your videos. Hey, thanks, Matthew. Thanks for swinging by. If you don't mind, hit the like button. That helps. What is today? Thursday. Thursday might, because I know a lot of people have like cool names with their live streams. Maybe Thursday's name will be like Stingy Like Button Thursday. Because this is a stingy group with the likes. Stingy Thursday. That's what we might have to go with. So again, potentially, if you think that this trend, so right now we're basically just getting basically a bear pennant. Now, if this chops around a little bit more and then goes, I will be interested from the short side. But I'm not interested if it breaks on this candle. Just not going to... I always get to remember to do this. Because if somebody logs on, I don't want anybody to think that what I actually mean is if it breaks, it's guaranteed to keep going down. That's not what I'm saying. No, because nobody knows the future, no guarantees. That's just what I'm thinking. Could it be moving down? Oh, you're above PDT? Well, first off, congratulations, Patrick. That's quite the accomplishment in and of itself to have more than $25,000 that you can use. But even with that, Patrick, I would still argue, well, I guess my question to you is, Patrick, do you ever have those days where you're like, that was the dumbest thing ever. What am I doing with my life? Have you ever had those like, wow, I lost my mind. I went on tilt. I revenge traded. I was forcing trades. Do you ever have those days? Oh, we got a request. All right, yep. I enjoy your other videos, but futures are not for me. Why? Why are they not for you? Explain that to me. I am oh so fascinated. Explain to me how Pam's plant is not for you. We got to take a look at AMD. I got a $5 super chat. So let's take a look at that. I should note that if you do have a request for something, $5 super chats, I will do it, and I will do it right away. So we got to take a look at AMD. Uh-oh. Well, I would say an AMD 104, very, very important, because if AMD comes back down below here, what is that doing? It's essentially putting the price right back in this general area where it already was. And I don't want to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make great moves and then basically go back to where they began, not a huge sign of genuine power. But to be fair, nothing goes straight up. So even if the price comes down here and bounces around before curling back upwards, if you look at the lows, you'd have a low here, you'd have a low here, you'd have a low here. If you envision those as stair-steps, you'd still have stair-steps progressing. So it's not the end of the world of this gap down here. Yeah, it's looking a little bit sketchy, but my point here is that the price does still have the opportunity to build a higher base. So 104, very, very important level from just kind of the general standpoint. 30-minute, okay, 30-minute confirms that much more why 104 is important, because check this out. Down here we have, maybe you already noticed it, you all have the 200 period moving average. So if 104 fails, not only is it putting it back to where the price was on the daily, it's also telling us that the 200 period moving average has failed on the 30-minute. And from a bullish standpoint, you don't want to see the 200 period moving average failing. That's not a good sign. And then 5-minute. Well, 5 minutes kind of, I don't know if you really care much about this, but the one level here that's standing out right now, we have that trend line. So far so good. The price is respecting this trend line, but yeah, if that trend line fails, then it could be a relatively rough afternoon on AMD. So that is where AMD stands. I don't understand futures. What don't you understand about? Do you understand charts, Moses? Do you understand charts? Okay, so Patrick, yes, you do go on. Welcome to the club. You lose your mind. You do stupid things. You revenge trade. So those revenge trades, I'm assuming, cost you, like when that happens, and you look and you're like, whoa, that was bad. Well, that's all of you. With the prop firm, when you lose your mind, again, let's say you lose your mind and you lose $2,000. Yeah, you'll lose the account. But did you actually lose $2,000? No, you would have just lost 119. So my argument always is, Patrick, if I'm going to have that was dumb, but I learned a lot, I would rather have the quote-unquote, but I learned a lot, cost me $119 compared to $2,000. Because you can survive a whole lot longer if the but I learned a lot moments only cost you $119 as opposed to $2,000. So I would say it's certainly worth a try just from that standpoint. I needed to break that 2,000 level. Oh, the 20,000. What do you mean you needed to break there? What are you? Whoa. Where did you get in at? Can I hit? So I can hit 3,000 and then wait for my pro account? No, you'd still have to do quick trades. So like if you hit 3,000 and it's let's just say day 2, you'd still need to have 3 more days of day trades. So you would just come to the micros and you just click, buy, sell real quick. So you'd either like make a couple bucks or lose a couple bucks, and then you'd be done for the day because you would log a trade that would count as day number 3. On day number 4, you'd come back, boom, buy, sell real quick. So you're either making a couple dollars, losing a couple dollars. That would be day number 4 because you've now logged a trade, and then you just do that day number 5. Green, 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 red, and back to... Yeah, exactly, Patrick. So here's the benefit of prop firms, and I just did a video on this, I think Wednesday, but we had I did because this member is from my private community, a student, and it illustrates this perfectly about green, 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 and then you have like one trade that sends you back to break even. So here's how that's avoided on prop firms. So we had a student, he bought 2 of these accounts because you can do up to 5 of them, but he got 2 for 119. So I think that's like 238 he had in all in. So he had at risk $238. He passed the counts, got to the pro counts, and then he made $4,000 in payouts. And then he did something stupid, and he lost the $2,000. So they took his pro account away from him, and they're like, sorry, you violated our rules, gone. But still, he had made $4,000. But eventually he had something happen, either lost his mind, did something stupid, whatever, got caught in a crazy move, and he lost the accounts. But does that mean it sent him back down to break even? No, it didn't send him back down to break even. Yeah, he lost thousands of dollars, but he was actually still in the green because he was at $4,000, and then he lost, I think, let's just call it $240. Then he lost the $240. So he actually made $37.60. It's not like he gave back all that money. No, he had already requested that money. It had already hit his bank account. So he was doing well, lost his mind, whatever, blew up the accounts, lost the accounts. But that was after he had already made $4,000. So the blow up meant he lost the accounts, but it didn't mean he lost $1,000. And again, his, what he lost was only his cost to go in, which was the 119 times 2 since he had 2 accounts. So that's why prop firms overcome that, right? Because we've all been there. Green, 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 red. And then that one red day, that one red trade, all of a sudden takes away all the green. Not the case in prop firms. If you're going green and green and green and green, and you start to get the payouts and all that, and then you lose, it's like, okay, yeah, I lost the accounts, which you can always get back again. Just go through the test phase, get them back again. But your total cost in and your total cost loss is going to be much less. Where'd Moses go? He says, I don't understand futures. And then he doesn't tell me what he doesn't understand. Well, no, I asked him, do you know how to read a chart? What are the differences between stocks and futures? How is the price? Futures. You're an accountant, so you're probably going to want some like nerdy answer. I don't have a nerdy answer, and I say that with all due respect. I'm an engineer, so I've gone as high as differential equations, but I also took an accounting class in college, and I got like a C on the thing. So I don't know. Accountants, I got nothing but respect for you. The point is, they're based in points. That's it. That distance there is a difference of 20 points, and as I already explained, 1 point is worth $20. So you can do the math from there. Very easy to calculate risk. Because if you get in right here, and let's just say this. Let's say that you're going to buy right there at 20.80, and your stop is down here at, I'm just saying 20.40. Well, that's a difference of 40 points. So if you know how much each point is worth, you can quickly calculate the risk. Very, very easy. But yeah, what is like the deep down mathematical accountant? Well, I don't know. I don't care. I'm a trader. All I know, and this is what I like about prop firms, again, they make the math easy. With that size account, they tell you how much you can buy. You can buy up to 6 of the very volatile ones or 60 of the less volatile ones. If you go 150,000 purchasing power, they're saying they'll let you buy up to 15 of the very volatile ones or 150 of the less volatile. Other than that, I don't have any answer to you into the math because the prop firms, they do the math for you. They tell you what that size account is going to do for you math-wise or purchase-wise. A lot of questions today. How long did it take me to be profitable? Not over a year. And definitely, did I say not under a year? Not overnight. I don't even know what I said. Not overnight. And I don't know, because when did I officially become profitable? I don't know. You're never going to know when that actually happens, because it's not like all of a sudden a light bulb goes on. But it was definitely, over a year for sure. And a lot of lost money because I chose, I'm going to teach myself how to do this. Yeah, that was really stupid and very costly. I could have just, well, when I got started in 2006, there wasn't a bunch of like courses out there. And I know, oh, course seller, why would you do that? Just go for free on YouTube. Go for it. Go for it. Go trade on YouTube for free. And I guarantee you're going to be spending more money than what you'd spend if you just invested in my program. But again, I realize that I'm biased in saying that. But it took me a long time, and which is why when I moved into the real estate investing, I invested just shy of $5,000 into real estate courses because I was like, I'm not going through that again. Be brave. That's what I did. I did quick trades, and it showed that I was in the green as the trade was moving. But then I looked at my total, and it's actually decreased. I'm not sure what that's in regards to. That's what I did. I'm not sure what you did. I did quick trades, and it showed that I was in the green as the trade was moving. But then I looked at my total, and it's actually decreased. I'm not sure what you're getting that right there. So you can't withdraw until you got to get to your buffer, and then it's all gravy after that. Chris Martinez, futures trading 101. Yeah. Correct. MNQ equals $2 per point. Thank you, Terry. That is correct. So why don't they just put $3,000 for profit target instead of... So why didn't they put $3,000 for profit target then? I'm not sure what that is in regards to Kelvin. Pickles, was your program what you tagged with me yesterday? Yes, it was, because you had asked, you were interested in learning and just asking what I would recommend. So I'll link it here to you again. There it is. Pickles. We have a Pebbles here that hangs out every now and then. That'd be great if you and Pebbles are here. That I can say, hello, Pickles, Pebbles and Pickles. All right, well, just, There is the pennant, the bear pennant. I'm potentially interested in getting short with a break there. But, not on this candle. If this candle breaks it, I just can't do it. Can't do it. I don't like it. It seems a little too risky. But if it wants to go sideways a little bit and then break, I'm in. Because then I'll have a tight risk profile. I could put a stop like right there. But I can't do it right now on this candle. Whoops, let me actually get the real trend line in there. Oh, it's bright. Well, this is either going to be a very smart decision on my part, because it's going to bounce back up, or I'm going to look stupid and I will regret putting that requirement on it, because this thing is just going to keep on bleeding. But as of right now, it's looking like it's bleeding and it's just going to leave me behind. I went on YouTube and watched your daily visual of 10 stocks and learned the base of support and resistance. Trendline helped me quite a bit if you didn't. Yeah, well, I will also say that is very basic stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Supports, resistance levels, patterns, it's important. But as anybody that is here, and there are several that have gone through my program, they know that stuff is still very, very, very surface deep. Like, there's a lot more to it. Unfortunately, I wish I could say that trading was as easy as just being able to identify supports and resistance levels and that. Again, it's part of it, and I'm glad those videos have helped you, Walt. But I'm just saying that there is definitely a lot more that goes into it than just that. Did you make a video on future trading through take profit? No, well, no, because like that's kind of what the live stream is and what my live trading videos are. I'm using Take Profit Trader to trade futures. This is what I'm doing. Now, when you sign up, you'll be asked. So you pick your account, and then during the sign up process, you'll be asked, well, what platform do you want to use? And I chose Tradeovate. So that's what you see here. I'm trading, or you are seeing me trade futures through Take Profit Trader using Tradeovate as the platform. Wow, great move. Anybody take that short? Did anyone was like, no, Clay, I'm not. That's a stupid requirement. Why do you not? Why do you care if it? So if you did, congratulations. I don't know. I'm not take profit trader. I don't know why. I'm assuming they have some sort of mathematical connection. Well, of course they're going to make it higher. If they're giving you $150,000 of purchasing power, they're not going to be like, yeah, and all you got to do is make $3,000. Like, no, you got to at least, they need to see, can you handle yourself with that amount of capital? That's why it's $9,000. Just like, I mean, and that makes perfect sense. The more money they're going to give you, well, of course, they're going to see, can you handle it? Can you maintain it? But that's also why they're giving you a bigger cushion, too. Because during the test phase, so 25,000, not a whole lot of not a whole lot of purchasing power, relatively speaking. That's why they're saying, well, you can only make 50, you can only lose 1,500, but you only got to make 1,500. Why? Well, because it's 25,000. Then you go to 75. And now you got to make 4,500. Why did it go up? Well, because you now have 75. But they're also giving you more downside with 2,500. And then you go to the other extreme, 150. Yeah, you got to make more, but you have $150,000 worth of purchasing power. But they're also giving you more wiggle room to the downside. Because remember, the $25,000 account, this number here, they'd only let you lose 1,500. But with this one, it's 4,500 because it comes with a bigger size. I'm doing 15 contract short scalps now. Well, that's go big or go home. That is go big or go home, Kelvin. So I think you have a risk tolerance that is a little bit different than other people's, because that is, well, I guess are 15 NQ contracts or 15 MNQ contracts. I guess I should get that clarified. I'm asking how much I needed to make in the test phase to get to the pro account. Right here. All that is for you right here, my friend. Profit target, 9,000. You're not allowed to lose 4,500. On the 50,000, profit target, 3,000. But you're not allowed to lose 2,000. There's a couple other little minor rules that they'll tell you about when you sign up. So once you sign up, please read the emails they send you. I'm learning, well, I've always known this being in the customer service issue through claytrader.com, that it's amazing how people spend their money on something and then not read about how it works. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, read. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm probably guilty of it too. Again, if you are enjoying, hit that. Yeah, we're totally. This is Stingy Like Button Thursday. That's what I'm calling Thursday. Stingy Like Button Thursdays. Walt, just do this. You're money bags, Walt. You're an accountant. You guys make all sorts of money. There you go, Walt. Check this out. Check this out, Walt. Moneybags, okay, you're probably a CPA, you're raking in the dough. Just do that, all right? You already said you like my free videos. If you like my free videos, I guarantee you'll like that. And yes, that's not me just speaking. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Right. That's why I do my best not to call these account sizes. I know I'm not perfect at it. That's why I try to call this purchasing power. Because, yeah, that's not the size of the account in the sense of you can lose $50,000. No, what you can lose is the rules during the challenge or during the test phase, which is 2,000. So yes, you are right. And I'm trying my best to call this $50,000 purchasing power, but I know that I slip up and sometimes call these $50,000 size of the account, but it's really $50,000 purchasing power because you're only allowed to lose the 2,000. So that is true, and I'm trying my best to make that verbiage correct. Yeah, your profitable day trade cannot be more. Yeah, that's one of the other minor, small little rules. That's just during the test phase. How do I sign up for a course? I just linked. See I guess I'll send it to you real quick. So I'm assuming you mean my course. My course is right here, Daniel. Daniel. There you go. That is what I offer. See what I mean, though, about this? It's just So scalpers on the short side, they definitely made money here. Now, if you wanted more, I mean, I guess you got kind of more, but just that fast, boop, back up it goes. So that's why I have been just a scalper these past few days. Again, if you want a little bit more, I can see those people still making money because, if they got short right there, maybe they locked in some gains right there or something like that just to put a little money in their pocket. And then, maybe had the stop loss still up above here. So, I mean, it was probably either a small loss, break even, or a small winner for those people if you wanted more. That's just what I mean. It's just a scalper's market right now. It's hard to trust these breakdowns or breakouts. So, yeah, if I do any more trades, I'm going to stick with the scalping approach. After you pass, is there an initial amount? Yeah, you got to make the your drawdown. So you pass on the $1,500 one, you got to make $1,500 again because that creates your buffer. And then above there, and then you can also build a bigger drawdown. So that's the nice thing is you make 1,500, and then let's say you make 500. Now you have a choice. Do you want to take $500 and pay yourself, or do you want to leave that in the account? And now you can lose up to $2,000 before they would count the account blown. And then let's say you make another $1,000. Okay. Well, now you have a choice. Do I want to pay myself $1,000, or do I want to leave it in the account? Because now I would have $3,000 that I am able to lose before I would blow up the account. So that's a big discussion. How much do you pay yourself with? How much do you leave in your account to create a bigger and bigger buffer? Some people, they could lose $8,000 on a trade and they'd still be okay. They would not lose their account because they have chosen to build up a buffer. So that's always and and you'll get both arguments from both sides, but that's always a discussion. Do you build the buffer, or do you just take the money? Do you find a middle ground? A lot of thoughts out there. All right, is this a short? I'm going to go ahead and get short because we have a nice little risk profile. I'll just do one. So if you've never traded before, one of the great things is your ability to control the movement. So if you've never seen futures trade before, I'm going to do the bare minimum of movement. So I'm going to get in here and I want you to watch that number right there and just ask yourself, how do you feel about that movement? So let me get short. Oh boy. Maybe I can get a little bit more and I can put my stop. Oh wow. All right. All right. So watch that number. Buy stop. My stop is right. Whoop, I need to move that up a little bit more. All right. Well, so that was a losing trade. But that number down there, if you're watching that number and you're like, dude, you've been talking futures up like they're awesome. That was like nothing. That was barely budging at all. No problem. I'm not offended. That's what I like about futures is your ability to control how volatile they are. Because this was the bare minimum that you could expect. I did one MNQ, so one contract of the less volatile type of contract. So if you were looking at those numbers and saying, Clay, that was kind of weak. All you do, and through the prop firm, and let's just go the bare minimum here. So you're doing the smallest purchasing power of 25,000. Within the purchasing power of 25,000, you could have done up to 30 of that number. So the number that I had at 1, you could have raised that as high as 30. Whereas on the other extreme, if you're doing purchasing power of 150, that number that you saw at 1, you could have raised as high as 150 and at no extra cost. Because think about it, in stocks, you'd be like, well, Clay, you can do the same thing. You can control the movement in stocks because you just buy more shares. Yes, but what does that require? That requires more money out of your account to buy more shares. In futures with the prop firm, it doesn't. Because in this situation, the 252, you can start at 1, like I did, or I could raise it up to 150, and it's not costing me anymore because, again, my cost was just the cost of the account, 252. So, just example there. Oh, and now it comes back down, you dirty rat. But, so right there, I'll try. I realize that trade didn't last very long. I'll try another one so you can just see the bare minimum, and then, again, even if you don't like what you see, I'm so confused. Maybe it's just Thursday. I think the like button may be broken. Because at the beginning of this, it stayed at 0 for like quite a while. But people are this is crazy. We may be calling this a short stream here. I don't know. I'm not sure if people are really enjoying this, find this helpful or not. Like I said earlier, I am new to this. I have 6 kids, so I need to use my time very wisely. And I don't want to waste my time. So how do I gauge wasting time? Well, right now I'm just gauging it through super chats and likes. So if you are liking, then that is actually a sincerely helpful bit of data to me. So make sure you hit that like button. Prop firms are definitely nice to have around. I've taken over 7,000 in the past 9 days. Okay, yeah, great. So this is Lee. Can I ask you something? What size accounts and how many? What size account and how many? This is Lee. There are way more people than the likes. Yeah, that's why I don't. That's well, and that's so. What am I supposed to deduct from that? If there's way more people than likes, it's like, okay, there's a lot of people here that don't actually like this. So am I just wasting my time? So that's why the likes are very, very helpful. Really, this is Lee. Good for you. So this is Lee. Now, granted, and no offense, this is Lee. Hopefully you understand this. We got to be, I want to be objective and transparent. I have no idea if this is true. As far as I'm aware, he's not a member of my community, so I don't know. The other example I used earlier about the guy that had 2 accounts that made $4,000, he's a student. He sent screenshots, so I knew what he was saying was true. In this situation, again, no offense, this is Lee. I don't know who you are. You could just be saying this stuff. But at face value, if we assume that he's true, he's done with 1 account. Thank you, Evil Shaddix. I'll get that one. With 1 account of $50,000. So he spent $119, and he is now taking out $7,000 in payouts. But let's just say today is the day he loses his mind or he gets stuck in a crazy move, and then poof, he loses his pro account because he ultimately lost more than $2,000. Poof. Well, think about it. He spent $119 to make $7,000. That's a pretty good return on investment. So that's just the power of prop firms is, again, like I said, assuming it's true, he's got $119 cost into it. He has now gotten $7,000 paid out to him. And if he goes and then, let's just say, has a disastrous trade that loses him $10,000, if you're using your real money, where do you sit? You've made you've made 7, but you just have a disastrous thing and you lose 10. Well, now you've given back all your gains and you're at negative $3,000 of your own money. In this situation, if he goes and loses his mind and loses $10,000, where does he sit? Well, he no longer has his pro account, but that only cost him $119. So he's still got his $7,000 minus the cost of $119, even though he might have lost $10,000 because he lost his mind within the prop firm. So that's why I say it's just the argument is just. And no, that's okay. This is Lee. I just want to be transparent to viewers that, and so thank you for not taking offense to that because none was mentioned, but this is the internet. Shaddix. Okay, I was thinking once you pass, you can make money right away as long as you don't. No, you got to get up to the drawdown and then get above it, and then everything from there becomes, which is nice though, because if you can make, so for example, on this one, if you can make 9,000, once you get to the pro account, it's only 4,500 because that's what you got to make, and then above there, so it's half. So that makes it nice. Again, if you can do 9,000, then that should seem like a walk in the park because it's half, and then above there, it's all cash in your pocket. Well, now we're at a very interesting spot here. Because we do have a bit, we do have a bullish pattern. 20,100, basically the resistance. We have some upwards movement here. We have the nice move here. For you golfers, let's make it more visual. Put the golf down here. So we got the bull pennant. Problem is the bull pennant is a problem for me at least. What's causing me skepticism, I don't know. Maybe it's not a problem for you. Maybe you would say, Clay, what are you talking about? This makes it more bullish. It is still occurring in an overall downtrend. So is this going to fail to the downside? So I'm going to hold off on the bull pennant, but hindsight will tell if this was a very poor decision on my part or not. We'll draw it out. We'll see how it plays out. Whoops. Again, these are just my thoughts. I'm an idiot though, so don't listen to me. And then so there's the bull pennant knocking on the door, and if it breaks, I mean, no guarantees, but I don't see if this can break to the upside. I don't see why it wouldn't at least go to test yesterday's close, which you can see right there is a former area of resistance. But again, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to do that, but there just isn't anything else on the chart that suggests any areas of resistance. But like I said, even if I were to take it, like I said, I'm scalping today for the reasons I've addressed already. Are you using code we can use for discount? Yeah, Terry, if you just use the link at the top, then that will work. Or you can just use code Clay. All caps. And that is a way to support the channel if you would like to support the channel. There's the break. Now, do we get follow through? No, thank you, Terry. I appreciate the support of the live stream. All right, we're getting close to 100. Again, hit that like button. I guess 29 away still. Again, if you're someone that's like, I want to see more movement and you're not a scalper, in my opinion, I mean, that would be the first profit target. Because after there, I'm not quite sure what it does because we do have the history of it getting rejected back down. But as I was just saying, it seems to have clear sailing up to that area. But again, just because it seems that way doesn't mean it's actually true. Getting close. There we go. So first profit target hit. Now, what happens at that point? I don't know. But if it can push up through there, next key area. Oh, why didn't I take that trade? Why did I care about the downtrend? But again, I would have scalped out anyways. So I would have been out regardless at that orange line. So anything above there is just me armchair quarterbacking, making it seem like I'd still be in. Because again, if I'm honest, I would have scalped out, would have looked for that orange line there. But yes, then I'd be sitting here saying, oh, why did I scalp out? All right, here we go. Next big battleground. Purple line. Can the price break through it? And these bull pennants can be very good. If you can catch a reversal bull pennant. Now, most bull pennants in a downtrend are going to fail because the downtrend is like a force pressing down upon them. But eventually things do reverse. And if you can catch the bull pennant, that is the reversal bull pennant, looking at something like this, then yeah, you can definitely get some good movements. So at this point, again, not guaranteed to happen, but I don't think anybody would be shocked if we can get this candle to close above the purple line. I don't think anybody would be like, whoa, I didn't see that coming, for the price to go up here and now test the overnight high. But again, step one in my mind is let's see if this candle can close above the purple line. And again, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go up there. There are no guarantees, but it's definitely got wiggle room now. It's got some leeway to just keep on grinding up to that level right there. I got the reversal. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. Did anybody else take that break right there? Did anybody else play the break and choose not to scalp it? No. Well, at this point, looking strong, looking strong. And it does also look like it's going to close above that purple line. So now we have a perfect example here where scalping would have been the wrong choice. Still would have made money, but man, scalpers sure is leaving a lot of money on the table. All right, so at this point, we got the close above the purple line. Again, no guarantees. And I know I keep saying that, but there's constantly people, and I don't want anybody to be like, this guy said it was going up to that level. No, there are no guarantees that it's going anywhere. I'm just saying that it seems plausible, given the lack of resistance, is that the price can now revisit the overnight high. You did, Daniel? All right, well, take some of those gains, Daniel, and get signed up for the class. Because if I remember you right, you asked about the class and I linked you to it. There we go, at 75 likes. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Yesterday, we hit the record 139 concurrent viewers, but today we haven't even been above 100. I don't understand YouTube live streaming. I don't understand how some days you could be constantly up over 100, and then days like this, it seems like a struggle. Although, to be fair, I did start at 11 a.m. So maybe I started a little too early, and that did something with the algorithm. I don't understand how this stuff works. Well, it's approaching that next level. Has not quite hit it yet. I'm assuming the people that are letting it work, they probably scaled out some at that level, maybe scaled out some more at that resistance, and are now looking to scale out a little bit more right there. What is a purple line? The 50-period simple moving average. I mean, and did it hit that level exactly? It didn't. But hopefully we can all be like, okay, yeah. Didn't hit it exactly, but wow. Got very close and now getting rejected back down a little bit. Anyway, what time is it? It's 12 o'clock. I guarantee you there's no stocks that are moving this smooth right now. So again, there's no crypto, there's nothing. Stuff like this, I mean, the smoothness of these moves. Look at this, just the smoothness. This is just a textbook pattern. That's the other great thing about futures. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're looking to be a day trader and you're day trading stocks, options, Forex, or crypto, you are wasting your time. You're wasting your capital. You're taking on way more risk than you need to. I know. Could be an inflammatory statement, but it's the truth. It is the truth. And there it is. It's officially hit that overnight high. Where could this go from here? Where's the next potential battleground? At this point, man, why did I not take that? And even if I did, though, why would I have scalped that? There we go. I could see that level being the next potential problem point. Did anybody take the breakdown here and are still in? Do we have anybody in that situation? You took the breakout right there and you're still in? That'd be awesome if so. Chris is up 1,250 currently. So, Chris, did you get in on the breakout down here? I took the break and sold just below overnight high. That's still a nice trade. Still a nice trade. Congrats. Let's go. If you appreciate this commentary, you appreciate mapping out things like this, hit that like button. I mean, I don't know how other live streamers do it. Maybe what I'm doing here is nothing special, but I don't know. Like you're still in, Daniel? Awesome. I did just hit my stop. That pullback still 1K profit. Nice, Chris. All right, now it's looking like maybe a potential short. And I think I will take it because I can get a very tight stop. So a dangerous trade, but one that I will can be compensated by the fact that stop. All right. So for those of you that have never traded futures before, I want you to watch this number down here if I get filled, and then just ask yourself, how do you feel about how that number is moving? Because this will give you an idea of just how powerful futures can be, especially with your ability to control them and can control the volatility of them. Well, we're getting a pullback. So there's also the the potential. Do you want to play some sort of pullback to right there? Pullback to the breakout point down here. What is that? Yeah, 20,100. I could see that making sense. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line, though. All right, I'm going to cancel those orders out because it is indeed now pulling back. I was hoping it'd come back up, back test, and then come and do this move, but it didn't. It just left me behind. I am interested, though, in the current pullback. Let's see if it wants to come down some more. How you get the overnight line on your chart? It was an external indicator I had to download. Tiki trade. And then, yeah, right there, Tiki trade. So you have to do the indicator search. Whoops. Looking for this thing. I don't know. Maybe I should have just got in at the orange line there. That was the yesterday's close. I'm going to wait for it to come down a bit more. Just kind of hesitating. What's the ES doing right now? Yeah, ES looks interesting down. Yeah, very interesting down here. You have the 200 period, you have the yesterday's close, and then you just have this clump of a bunch of previous, lower shadows right there. We're going to keep watching the MNQ. So the ES measures the S&P 500. That's what the ES futures care about, the S&P 500. The NQ futures care about the NASDAQ. So that's kind of how this is breaking down. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Watch this number down here. If you've never traded futures before, I'm doing the bare minimum of movement of volatility that you could find. See it come down. Come on. Come down to that yellow line, and I'm going to try to... I might have already missed it. Right there. Good enough. All right, I'm in. So watch that number and just ask yourself, how do you feel about how that number's moving? If you're looking at that number and saying, Clay, what are you doing with your life? That's the slowest thing ever. Totally fine. I will show you how you can compensate that and control that. I will look to buy some more because I do have a hard line stop down there. I suppose I could go red on the day, but if I do that, it is what it is. It's my live stream putts around account, so I'll pick up another one there. Another one there. Okay, I got that one. Let's see if we can get a bounce to the upside now. So I'm at 2. Can we get a bounce up through there? Okay, took off 1. And then I'm going to put my stop right there. So this will be a winning trade no matter what. I'm going to bring up my stop as it goes. So right there, winning trade. Wish I would have pulled back a little bit more. I could have gotten that third one, and then I could have a little bit more flexibility. But so point here, what I wanted to show was that down there. For those of you that have never seen it, if you're looking at those numbers and right now you're questioning my life choices, I understand. But the solution to that is, again, that number that you saw up here, that was a 1. I started off bare minimum. If that was too slow for you, assuming you're going to do a prop firm, which is what I think makes a whole lot of sense, bare minimum, you could get yourself $25,000 of purchasing power for the 105. And then that number that you saw, that one contract that you saw, you could have raised that up to 30, as high as 30. So think about that. That could have gone as high as 30 at no extra cost. Your cost is still 105 regardless. Because stocks, yeah, you could buy more shares. Options, sure, you could buy more contracts, but that's requiring, crypto, you could buy more of the coin. But that's requiring more money out of your pocket. Not so with the futures prop firm. You can add more. You can start at 1 and go as high as 30, but your only cost required is the cost of the account in the first place, which was the 105. And then, of course, on the other extreme, if you're thinking, 30, I'd want to see it more than that. Well, with the $150,000 purchasing power account, which would cost you $250, that number that you saw at 1, that maybe you thought was super slow, you could have made that as high as 150. So, yes, that is a great benefit of futures, the ability to control that movement. Does volume on these? No. Volume, they're plenty liquid. Like I said, you could have 10 contracts of NQ, which is insanity. 10 NQ contracts, because again, 10 NQ contracts, if you had that distance right there. So on the chart, distance-wise, hopefully we're all like, if something were to move from here up to here, I don't think anybody would be like, whoa, that was a massive explosive move. But that distance right there is 20 points. So 20 points, let's go to the calculation. That distance there is 20 points. And we know that on NQ, every point is worth $20. So that's times 20. And then, in my example, that's per contract. So if you multiply that by 10, that's $4,000 right there. That little distance, if you had 10 NQ contracts, is $4,000. So it's just crazy. Again, that works against you too. That's why risk management matters. But that's also why, in my mind, 10 NQ contracts is bonkers. I mean, if you're right, you're going to get paid. But if you're wrong, it might be a rough ride, which again is an argument for the prop firms because, yeah, you might blow up your account, fail the test, or they'll take away your pro account, which you can always get back again. But, well, so again, I played that one right. I scalped off the bottom. I tried to give it room to work for me. That's why I was moving up my stop loss. Ideally, that would have kept on moving. But now it just dropped right back down. So the pullbacks are real. How are we still at 79 likes? I don't Stingy Thursday Stingy like Thursday. That's a cool name. Stingy like Thursday. JDA, we were wondering where you were. So it sounds like he has not detoxed from the Kool-Aid. He's going to buy more GME because he says it's going to 500. Why it's going to $500, he cannot give us an answer other than him just pulling numbers out of his backside. Where's GME at for you today? Dude, I don't believe you, JD. You're totally trolling. I do not believe you. No wonder why you're just showing up now. Yesterday, this thing's going to 500 right now. Hey, JDA, 500 is that way, my friend. Go that way. That's where 500 is. 500 is that way. Or did you mean 5? Maybe you meant $5. Yeah, because that would be right. $5 is that way. But I don't believe you. You're a troll. There's no way that you believe that's going to 500. Or you're not necessarily a troll per se, but you're trolling. There's no way you believe that's going to 500. No way. I don't believe you, sir. I don't believe you. Because there's one of two outcomes here. You're either a total moron or you're just joking around and having some fun on a live stream. I'm going to default to you're just joking around having some fun on a live stream because I do not believe you to be a true moron. But those are the two things. Total moron, total true moron, or just having some fun. Maybe you're bored at work or something, just having some fun. Fair enough. And that's what I think you're doing. You are just having some fun at work. Yeah, thank you, Hoover. And one E mini is 10 micros, yes. But yeah, if you were to start, so I have no doubt about it. My core motivation with this is to pull people out of in the category of, so if you're somebody that's a day trader or you want to day trade, my core motivation with this live stream is to pull you out of day trading stocks, options, crypto, and forex and get you in to futures trading through a prop firm. Because Pam's plant is still undefeated. Pam's plant, nobody can tell me how or why Pam's plant is a bad idea. Nobody. So what is Pam's plant? Right there. It's just my reasoning for why futures trading through a prop firm makes total sense. Nobody has been able to defeat this argument. People have attacked me, but attacking my motives, attacking my whatever. Even if I assume I have the worst motives possible, even if I assume I'm just a scammer, I'm whatever, even if we just assume all that is true, that's still not attacking the idea. So all those people do is commit the ad hominem fallacy. They're attacking me, but they're not attacking Pam's plant. Nobody has been able to attack Pam's plant. A couple people have tried, but have made very not persuasive arguments. So yes, Pam's plant, that's my argument summarized as to why you are wasting your time day trading stocks, options, forex, or crypto. Total waste of your time. There is a better way to do it, and a better way being defined for these reasons right there. So there we go. There is Pam's plant, if you have not heard of it. Sometimes I go through every little point, but I'm not going to do that at this moment in time. Oh, 81 likes. We are struggling. I don't even know if we're going to hit 110. Well, I'm going to say this. Usually I try to go a little bit beyond 2 hours, but I'm going to call it good, and we'll go 12 minutes. We have 12 minutes to get this up to 100 likes. Because if we can't get 100 likes, then I'll just either that or $10 in super chats. Whatever comes first. But we'll do about 12 minutes because that would put us at an hour and 50 minutes to get up. So if you are enjoying, I'm trying to gauge, are people still interested in this? And the only way I know how to figure that out is via the like button or super chats. So either $10 in super chats or another, I guess at this point, 16 likes. Because in my mind, I think I'm being helpful with this commentary, giving some thoughts, just what I'm seeing. But maybe I'm not being as helpful as what I think I am. So like I said, that's why I'm using these metrics to gauge it. Because I don't have an ego. Like I'm well open to the idea that maybe I'm not being as helpful as what I think I am. But the only way I know how to gauge that is, again, those metrics. So what do you say for people who are profitable and successful day trading stocks? Oh, no. The argument is Pam's plan has nothing to do with, that has nothing to do with, people being lucky to say that you can't be profitable in stocks. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense to day trade stocks because of the pattern day trader rule, because all of your capital is actually at risk, because stocks, you have to spend your time looking for stocks, which is the hot stock, which one's moving for the day. You have to pay for scanners. You gotta, there's just a better way. And with the prop firms, like I said, it's the risk management at the end of the day. Patrick, like you said, you have those days where you lose your mind. And if you're trading stocks, that's your money that you are losing when you lose your mind. Whereas the examples I've given already, people have lost their mind, but it's we had the one student that was at 4,000. We had somebody else that was at 7,000. So, I mean, in your point, though, it's like you can be green in stocks, and then you have that one bad day or that one bad trade, and all your green's gone. So, in my mind, I'd rather keep it where, yeah, you can have the bad day, but it's not literally taking away all of your gains. But yeah, the argument is not that you cannot be successful day trading stocks. I'm just saying it's way harder that way, especially if you don't have $25,000 because of that pattern day trader rule. So the PAM's plan, it loses a little bit of its argumentative power if you're over $25,000 because the P of PAM, pattern day trader rule, there is none. That doesn't pertain to you. But still, when you get down to the risk management and how much is on the line, I would argue it still makes sense to at least try prop firm trading with futures. What happened to the old traditional buy stock and hold? Well, yeah, that's why I'm very specific to say Pam's plant is in the category of day trader. If we are in the category of swing trading or investing, I have nothing against stocks at all. I invest in stocks. That's why I choose my words very, very carefully. That's why you have to listen very, very carefully, JDA. Pam's plant is for the category of day trading, day traders. We're at 87 likes. We got about 9 minutes to get 13 more likes or $10 in super chats, or else I'm calling this people just not interested, and I'll move on with my day. So 13 more likes or $10 in super chats. We got basically 8 minutes at this point. So if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. That's what I'm saying, BC. Especially. That's exactly what I'm saying. Head of the ear doctor. You got some wax in there. You got some wax in them ears. Trump tariffs are bad for a market. It seems like the market does not like tariffs. That is true. Alan, Clay, if I lose 2,000 in the testing phase, then I am out. Yes, you are out. You would fail the test. You can always start again for $100 and try again. But yeah, that as far as that particular test and that account is concerned, it would be toast. Ooh, does this thing want to give up VWAP? I could get short right here, stop slightly above it, and just look if this thing wants to bleed. But no, at this point, I want to see if we can get their metrics hit first. Clay, did you vote for Trump? I voted for somebody. But that is 100% irrelevant to anything here. Anything here that is completely irrelevant. If you want to talk economics, money, personal finance, real estate, the markets, economics, hey, I'm all for it. But who I voted for is completely irrelevant to anything that we're talking about here. I was number one today, guys, and scalped 1,100. Good job, Joseph. We still need 12 more likes. Or $10 in super chats. Maybe I should start to, I give this commentary. People made bank on this move right there, and then super chat stays exactly where it's at. Maybe I should start to charge. Maybe I should start to charge. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level. All right, 11 more likes. It looks like it's possible. We got about a little less than 6 minutes to get 11 more likes. If you are enjoying, hit that, and now I'll keep going. But as of right now, this has been it's been a rough stream. Doing fine trading-wise, making some money, all that. But I don't know. Thursday, maybe just I shouldn't have started at 11. Maybe starting at 11 kind of messed things up somewhat. All right, 9 more likes. Can we get 9 more likes? Or $10 in super chats? We got an interesting line right there, which I'm sort of interested in. Let's see what happens though. 8 more likes in 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes for 8 more likes. Xavier, is live trading included in the inner circle purchase? Not this type of live trading, but I'm like, so for example, this was an alert that this is what you would get within the community. So like this morning, I made this alert about this trend line right here. So is it live? No, but do you have an annotated picture of it? Yes, you do. And then that trend line from this morning, let's go back. Where was that? Oh yeah, that trend line from this morning was this right here. And then you can see that when that trend line was broken, any members that took it had a very nice slow bleed of, let's see, 2060 down to about 2020. So that was about a 40-point move, slow and steady right before market opened. So, those are the types of things that you get as part of the group, Xavier. Does that help answer your question? 5 more. I think we're gonna do it. 4 minutes for 5 more likes, and we're gonna keep this party going. 5 more likes or $10 in super chats. One of the two. So if you are enjoying, you can communicate that. If you're finding value, if you're entertained, if you're learning, any of it, any sort of positive word. If that's the case, hit that like button and we'll keep it going. We will keep it going. We need 5 more likes though in about 3 minutes. 4 more likes. Xavier. Thank you, Xavier. Are you interested in joining? If so, I'll link it to you directly right here. I hope he's interested because I'm going to link it to him regardless. So hopefully he's typing right now. Yes, I'm interested. There you go. That's where you can join. And anybody else is, you open to anybody else. Okay, 4 more likes. 3 more likes. Actually, we got to get 4 because sometimes we hit 100 and then like there's always some trolls in the room and they like take their like away and then we drop back below. So I actually need to go to 101. 4 more likes. Kyle? Hi, first time here. Which platform are you using? Hey, well, first off, welcome. Great to have you. I am using, first off, I am doing Take Profit Trader. So if you use a link, that'll take you to this. And the way that works is you pick your purchasing power, and then during the checkout, I'm sorry if you already understand all this, but not everybody does. And then I choose Tradeovate, so that is the platform I'm using. So the platform I'm using is Take Profit Trader, and then the platform I'm using through Take Profit Trader is Tradeovate. We got 2 minutes to get, only need 4 more likes, but they're just not happening now. We hit a roadblock, or $10 in super chat. All right, that trend line is still in place. So we're getting actually somewhat of an ascending triangle here because we have yesterday's close flat across the top. We have this trend line right here. So ascending triangle. Maybe the play is something like that with the ascending triangle. 3 more likes, a minute and a half. Oh, this is going to come down to the barn burner. 3 more likes, a minute and a half for $10 in super chats. If we don't hit it, then I got to be a man of my word, got to call it good. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button if you want this show to keep on moving. Somebody just took away a like. I told you there's always the trolls. Always the trolls. 97. Got 1 minute left now to get 4. Oh, there's 99. 2 more. Less than a minute. Need 2 more. Oh, everybody better hit that. Chris Kelly just bailed everybody out. They're out and 102. Make sure you like that from Chris Kelly. Thank you, sir. Now, I like Chris because Dude was like, yeah, man, I made $1,000 on that alert earlier mapped out. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing a little bit of that. So we are, and see what I mean? We hit 102 and then a troll shows up and it went down to 101 for a moment. Now we're at 103. Very good. All right, we are going to keep this party going. But yeah, right now, oh, this is very interesting. This is very tempting. I really like from both angles in all actuality. I can see getting short here if it comes back down through, but I can also see the, playing the ascending triangle breakout. And this level has a big track record too. I mean, you look right there, was resistance. Right there, temporary resistance. And then became a support. And then when the price broke down below it, chart did not like that at all. Down there, back up. Didn't hit it exactly, but got within the vicinity of it. But then this trend line right here, oh, choices, choices. Do you take that short on the break right there? Maybe. I got to see what the risk profile looks like. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Choices, choices. I don't know. What do people think? You going to get short there? What should I do? Do I get short there on the break? I don't want to take it on this one. I want to see it consolidate just a little bit more. I want to see it go sideways for maybe another candle or two and then break. And then I have a stop loss right above these moving averages. But I don't trust it on this break right here. Maybe that will come back to cost me. I just can't trust it. I want to see a couple more consolidation and then for it to go. Steffi is already short. I only trade on moving average bounce and lose most of the time. Well, maybe time for us to experiment with something else. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah. Sign up with code Clay. Oh, why you got to do that? Well, my ego is saying I hope this thing bounces back up. That way I can say, see, that's why I didn't want to take it on that candle. But if you did get short right here, I do want to see people make money. So I hope it drops. But yes, my ego is saying I hope it bounces. I hope it bounces. That way you can look a little smarter for not taking it. And as a reminder, our goal is 110 likes. I'm confident we can hit that though. Hopefully by 8 more minutes. Let's get 8 more likes. Then we're at the 2-hour mark, and I'll go another 15 minutes after 2 hours. 2 hours has kind of always been the cutoff point to an extent, but I'll go longer. Again, just gauging history. So we got about 7.5 minutes to get this up to 111 likes, because 110 has been the goal since the get-go. Man, yeah. I think maybe I'm just being too picky. I don't think I was asking for that much. I just didn't want that candle to break. I wanted 1 more, maybe 2 more candles, and then for it to break. But no, it broke, and it just leave them out. So for those of you that are short, though, great. Fantastic. Steffi, good. So, Clay, if I take your course, will I become profitable? I don't know. If you go through a driving class, does that mean you're never going to get in an accident? I mean, if you don't listen, if you don't control your emotions, no. No, my class has no magic ability. I can teach you, for sure. I can teach you how to read a chart. I can teach you how to build trade plans. I can teach you when things are logical or not logical, when things make sense or don't quite make sense. I can teach you all that. I can teach you how to manage a trade. But are you going to listen to what you're taught? Or are you going to let the emotions come in and disrupt everything you've taught? I can make no guarantees on that end. So I can guarantee that I can teach you all that stuff. But if you do not listen to that stuff because you allow the emotions to slip in, then you will not be profitable. So no, if you take my course, I cannot say that you will be profitable because I don't know how mentally strong you are. But I can guarantee you're going to learn all about charts, how to read them, how to analyze them, how to build trade plans, how to gauge things that make sense, that don't make sense. How to answer the most important question, is the risk worth the reward? Questions like that. You'll be good. But myself, nor anyone else. If you see someone that says, if you take my course, you will be profitable, they are scamming you. if I take a driving course, first of all, I can drive, and then the chance of me crashing goes way down. Well, yeah, I agree. The chance of you crashing goes way down, but it doesn't go down all the way, does it? Same with my course. I would argue you give yourself a much better chance to become profitable, but the premise of your question was, if I take your course, will I become profitable? I can't make that claim, just like you can't make the claim even in your own analogy. All you conceded was the chances go way down. Yeah, but there's still a chance there. I think your chances improve that you'll be a profitable trader, but will you be a profitable trader? No, I can't make that claim. Almost took the whole candle. Look at this thing. Goodness. So only a couple people were short on this? Man. Like I said, all I wanted was just another candle, just to help out the risk profile a little bit more. But yeah, that is just trading sometimes. I'm done for the see that, and that's where Mark. I don't know how I feel about people just ending for the day just arbitrarily. Like I in my mind, this was a very good setup, and you all heard me saying, I was like, wow, I actually like both parts. I like a potential break up here. I also like a potential break down there. But when you just stop arbitrarily, like, I don't know. That's where I go back and forth. Like, you could, like, I'm done for the day. And then you're staring at, like, a really good setup. Nope, I can't take that really good setup because I'm done for the day. When tomorrow, you don't even know if you'll see really good setups. But you're staring at a really good setup right now. But I'm not going to take it because for some arbitrary reason, I'm done for the day. So, like I said, it's a back and forth. It's not, that's why I really struggle when people are like, no, I'm just done. Why? Because I hit some arbitrary goal or I just feel like being done. And then they pass by like 3 A+ setups in the name of, well, I'm done for the day. Oh, that's fair enough, Mark. That's fair enough. Do you know how many people take your course become profitable? No, I don't. And anybody that gives you that stat is lying to you. Nobody can tell you what percentage are doing anything. And if you think that exists, you're setting yourself up for failure. Listen, Glee, it sounds like you're very, very skeptical of me. Totally fine. I don't think my course would be good for you. You sound a little bit too skeptical, which again, I get. No problem at all. But I am very hands-on with students. Like, I work one-on-one with them because I don't have a whole lot. Like, I'm not a massive operation. So I can do one-on-one stuff. But I find that, like, I can jive better with students that actually trust me and that aren't massively skeptical like you are massively skeptical. Again, that's fine that you're massively skeptical. I'm just saying that it creates a better relationship if you're not a massive skeptic, if you're, like, willing to hear me out and stuff like that. Because, yes, part of the course, it's just not like you going through courses. If you have questions, if you have stuff like that, you can reach out to me at any point. Now, I'm not going to give you my cell phone number where you can, like, call me at 2 a.m. But yeah, you can reach out, and I am more than willing to help. I want to help, and that is one of the benefits of being a smaller scale operation. Is, I can literally, like, when you reach out with a question, it is me reading and replying. Still feels amazing to wrap up a green day, but sometimes it pays to catch. Yeah, no, you're right, and that's the thing is, like, green days, sure, they can become red, and that's always a killer. But, like, green days can actually become way greener if you keep taking A+ setups, if A+ setups show up. Now, if you're done for the day and you're green and you see a B- setup, yeah, don't take that setup. So, like I said, it's a fine balancing act. We need 4 more likes in the next minute and a half, or else the stream's done, or another $10 in super chats. So, do we have 4 more likes here? Got about a minute and a half, and then we'll keep this stream going. We need 4 more likes or $10 in super chats. I mean, surely somebody can drop a super chat that took this short. I mean, good grief, you're banking. How do you define A+ setup versus B+ setup? That's up to you and your strategy. I don't know. There are no universal definitions like that. And here's the other thing, Glee. Here's what a lot of people will not tell you. If you take my class and go through my mentorship, you still have a ton of work to do. Because I don't sell a magical system. I don't sell a magical strategy. I will teach you the tools. But at the end of the day, You have to take those tools and build something that works for you and your personal risk tolerance, because we all have different risk tolerances. That's why some people find skydiving fun and other people find reading a book by a fire fun. Neither of those people is wrong. They're both having fun, but their funs look differently because people have different risk tolerances. So that's why anybody that says, let me teach you my strategy, it's like, I'm not saying their strategy doesn't work for them, but like, you don't have their same risk tolerance. So yeah, you still have a ton of work to do. It's just going to break down. So yeah, and you would have a different A+ setup than I do. And that's not, and the reason why we would have different A+ setups is because, well, we have different strategies, we have different risk tolerances. Which stock market is in the screen? We are looking at the futures market. This is not a stock market. This is the futures market. The quality is dependent on your data of what you personally trade best and on the time frame. Look into the areas of confluence. Yeah, no, I agree, because you said the word your. Exactly. The quality is dependent on your data. Yeah, but which data does each person value more than the other? Well, that's going to be a function of risk tolerance. So yes, what data do you think is most important is going to be different than other people. JDA, that's completely false. Completely false. You can only see A+ setups by taking time and watching market behaviors. And you can feel when those A+ setups occur, but that's all hopium. No, everything is hopium in your world because that's what you're currently doing. Like, you don't have any discipline. And my proof of that is, instead of like, maybe I'm wrong about GameStop, you default to, let me buy more. JD, you are the person, and I've been here before. You do a day trade, and then it goes against you, and because you are filled with hopium and your ego's too big to cut a loss, you're like, okay, this is now going to be a longer term day trade. Instead of wanting to get in and out within like 10 minutes, now it's like, all right, I'll give it an hour, and then you're still down. All right, I'll give it 3 hours, and then it drops some more. All right, this is going to be a swing trade day trade. I'll look to get out of it tomorrow, and then it drops some more. Like, all right, this is going to be like a multi-week swing trade. Then it drops some more. All right, this is going to be a multi-month swing trade. And then it drops some more. All right, this is a blue chip. This is an investment. I mean, that's you, JD. I know I just described you. You're somebody that refuses to take a loss. Your ego's too big. So your day trades eventually turn into long-term investments. That's the thing. Finding one strategy takes so long and so many stupid mistakes. I'd rather pay someone to learn their way. Well, Glee, that is why you fail. That is why you're struggling, because you keep trying. You're lazy. You want somebody to tell you what to do because you don't want to take the time to build something that works for yourself. I realize calling a potential customer lazy, probably not good business, but it's the truth. You're lazy. I know, but that takes so long. Yeah, that's why trading's hard, because it does take a long time. It is difficult. If it were as easy as just buying somebody's strategy, buying somebody's indicator, buying somebody's trading bot, everybody would be really rich. So Glee, either get ready to work hard or just go somewhere else, because trading's not for you. Yeah, it does take a long time. That's why the prop firm route is very, very helpful, because during the learning phase, when you go through those bumps and bruises, it's not costing you thousands of dollars of your own money. It's just costing you the cost of the account. I got totally sidetracked. How are we at 108 likes still? We're 203. Can we get 3 more likes? Can we get 3 more likes? Glee, don't go down this rabbit hole. You'll lose so much money. Use firms and figure out what you're good at. Exactly. There is a component of trial and error to it. You can reduce the trial and error, and that's where I would say my course comes into play. So your trial and error is not like, huge magnitudes. There we go. Thank you. Up over 110. Goal hit. That'd be amazing if we could get to 125 on the day. But yeah, You know, it is trial and error. But the whole point is I would rather have, because and this is, here we go. If you take my class, you're still going to do dumb things. I wish I could say, hey, sign up for my program and it's magical and you will never do dumb things. You're still going to do dumb things. You're still going to have those whoops. That was really silly, but I learned a lot. I would rather have a whoops, that was really silly, learned a lot, where maybe you lose $1,500 in a prop firm account. So sure, you lose $1,500 and your account's gone. They take it away from you. But what did it actually cost you to learn that very important lesson? Well, it actually only cost you $105. That's the power of prop firms. Then you can paper trade too, Glee. That's fine. I'm just saying that even after that, move to the prop firm. Man, people here are like, man, this guy is a jerk. I'm not a jerk. I just want to be honest with people. Like, if you're going to show up and say, well, that takes too long to do it that way. Well, that is the way you're supposed to do it. And that is why people fail, because it doesn't happen overnight. That is why people that sales pitch, hey, sign up for my strategy, do so well, because there's the built-in implication, oh, wow, I can save myself time because I'll just do their strategy. It's like, no, their strategy maybe does work for them, but you are not them. Your risk tolerance is different than them. Therefore, to think that way is not going to go well. But it's a great sales angle for sure, because at the core, and I'll give, like, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to use your time wisely, Glee Llama. I appreciate that. But you got to be willing to put in the time when it comes to this trading world. I want to develop a scalping strategy to trade trending days. I like ORB for momentum. Trading is hard work. Yes, it is, Hoover Flag Trader. I spend 2 hours every evening going over my trades, another hour setting up the next day. Yeah, you're grinding, Hoover. Lance, paper trading lacks emotion. Yes, exactly. But you're not going to make money if you can't while paper trading. Again, JDA, have you ever taken a loss in your life, like a discipline loss? Have you been in a trade and then it goes against you and you cut the loss like you're supposed to? Oh, well, that's good. That's good. So then why are you just, well then, I forgot, I don't believe you about GameStop, so that is true. My donkey and I are getting overwhelmed. Yeah, I hear you. Welcome to the internet. Again, what I tell people, I do not sell a magical system. I do not sell a magical strategy. I sell structure. Because the internet is a very overwhelming place and it's filled with a bunch of bad information too. So if you want a structured process to learn and to learn in a way that makes sense, then my program's been around since 2013 is when I started to develop it. And then over the years of constructive criticism from students and from people, I fine-tuned it. So it's a well-oiled machine at this point. Again, claytrader.com has been around since 2013. So I'm not like a fly-by-night operation. So it is a fine-tuned process, but that's what I sell. Nothing magical, but I sell a structured learning environment. We're first going to learn about this, and then we're going to learn about that because it makes sense to learn about it in this order. And then we're going to learn about this because if we learn about this before that, you're going to get confused. You're going to get, as you just said, overwhelmed. JDA, you don't own any GME. Like I said, you are trolling in that regard. All right, so we got a beautiful bounce right off of the overnight low. I mean, came down there and just, I don't know why I didn't point that out. I was commentating something else. I wish I could work for you and help people learn to trade profitably. Seems amazing. Lance, are you part of the membership? I know we have Lances, but I don't know if I'm confirming you as a Lance with somebody else. Nice bounce off of that area. This trend line has played. I mean, what a move. Right there. Even that, I can see shorts still surviving that little hiccup right there and then drop some more. Now, this hiccup, I'm assuming is probably knocking out most of the shorts. But, man, what a move. Well, why don't you join the community, Lance? You know, you should join the private community then. I'm so bad at sales. I've not talked about the webinar at all, and it's tonight. Join this though, Lance. You'll fit in great. Now you could realistically play along. If it, I don't know if I like it right here, but if it comes back down to that area, because you have a very well-defined stop just below overnight low. So if it comes on more, you can shrink up your the amount being risked. But to buy right now with the stop loss all the way down there, that's a pretty big risk box. I don't know if I like that. Oh, there we go. Almost right on cue. Yeah, I'll put one on here. So again, for those of you that are maybe new to futures, never seen them trade, if I get in, I want you to watch that number because you will be seeing the bare minimum of volatility. Clay, are you a millionaire? Irrelevant. Like I said, Clay, I don't think we're a good fit. You are way too skeptical. We would have a terrible working relationship. I already said that. Like, if I'm going to work with students, because I'm hands-on with people that go through my program, I need them to at least have a little bit of trust. And that question right there is irrelevant. I have 6 kids. My 6 kids eat every night. They have a warm house to live in. That's as much as I'll tell you. Yeah. I mean, it came down quickly, but not, and yeah, too quickly. And then, I'd probably want to be more down here. Clay needs a hobby. This is my hobby. I just happen to learn how to monetize it. Trading was when I got into college, or trading back in college, I'm like, man, this is awesome. And then one thing led to another, and here I am. He has 6 kids. He is broke. Like I said, I have 6 kids. They get 3 meals a day, and they live in a warm house. That's all I'll say. I'm not saying what they eat. It might just be dirt and branches, but they eat. Or it could be caviar. And the warm house I live in might be a cardboard box. Or it might be made of elephant tusks. I don't know. Okay, Lance, I sent you a link to the group. Are you joining? Are you going to join the group? Because the one thing I like about the lives is I can always ask the questions I've always had in certain situations that just are very peculiar to me. Maybe thinking a short here. Because right now we're getting basically a bear flag. So that line right there is a 21 EMA. I could potentially get short here. Just put the stop up above here. What is that? About a 10-point stop, $20. So I'd still be plenty in the green. Right? Or what is that? I need my stop to be at 55. So if I can get in at 45, or yeah. Now let's do that. Let's sell. So for those of you that are new, watch this number down here. If I get filled, there we go. And just ask yourself, how do you feel about how that number is moving? And if you're thinking that one number is moving way too slow, that's okay. There's a solution that I'll walk you through. Now, if I was a scalper, I could be getting out here, maybe a little bit further down, but I'm not going to scalp this. So we'll see if this turns out to be a poor decision on my part to not just scalp. Because here I am in the green, and I could be scalping out for a nice, quick little sniper shot, as I call it, but I'm going to choose not to scalp on this one, and we'll see if this turns out to be a wise move or not. Because right now, I get it. I could scalp out. This is looking great. All right, I got to get out there. That's a very nice scalp, actually. There we go. Booyah! Boom shakalaka. But now I definitely want this thing to skyrocket. So I look smart to do the scalp. But in all actuality, I want it to come down so I can be like, yep, that's why you got to stick with your trade plan. Dude, it's not a course. Okay, so Lance, here's my question. You're sitting here, oh, dude, I wish I had done that. I love your content. Hey, Clay, how's your family? You know, like you clearly follow me. And then you're worried about wasting money. Like, I love your content, Clay, but I'm scared to waste my money. What? So can you walk me through that? Again, I've always kind of wondered because I've had that before. People are like, you can tell they've been following me, you know, all this sort of stuff. Oh, Clay, I wish I would have done that. You have great content. I like it. And it's like, oh, well, you could join that. Well, I don't want to waste my money. It's like, what makes you think it would be a waste of your money if you already concede that you enjoy my content? Like, walk me through that, Lance. Because you can tell me where I'm wrong. In my mind, that comes across as total freeloader. Like, they want all this stuff for free, and they'll compliment all the free stuff. Hey, how are you? Keep giving me free stuff. Let me be buddy. How's your family? Give me some free stuff. But then as soon as money comes in, no, I don't want to waste my money. So, like I said, correct me where my thought process is wrong. I'm very fascinated by this. Glee, why are you asking me that? Like, you don't trust me anyways. So, like, you're not going to trust my answer about recommending trading books. Because you're already too skeptical of me anyways, which is fine. So again, that's another thing. Like, you're very skeptical of me, fine. But like, why do you keep asking somebody questions that you're skeptical of? Like, why would you trust my answer if you're skeptical of me? Walk me through that. Help me connect those dots, because I'm curious about that one too. Oh, all right, good. There we go. I'm glad I changed it to a scalp. Look at that dirty dog. Nice scalp, but for those people that wanted more, they're in a losing trade. Okay, Lan, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but like, just say that the first time. Like, do you at least understand like where it comes across as kind of bizarre? Where like you say a bunch of nice stuff and then it's like, well, yeah, but I don't want to waste my money. Do you see the disconnect? And that's fine, Lance. Fair enough. Had you said that the first time, that makes perfect sense in my mind. Oh, I get it. But like compliment. Oh no, I don't want to spend any money because that might be wasting it. So I totally get it now, and I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, had you just said that from the get-go, like I said, it makes perfect sense. What college did you go to for engineering degree? The Ohio State University. When you get a chance, would you mind checking on NASDAQ 100 Mini? Well, I mean, the NASDAQ Mini is the same as the NQ, right? So if we go here, you can see there's the wolf candle forming. But same general idea. So on the NQ here, whoops. We have ourselves quite the, I could have sworn I clicked that, maybe not. What is going on with this? Is my computer delayed or? So I think that's a very interesting trend line here to watch for a potential short, because in all actuality, this is still just. So it is trending up, no doubt about it, but when you factor in where it was before this uptrend, being up here, we are still looking at a bear flag pattern. So these could be some very interesting entry areas. You have a pretty good location for a stop. If you want to, you put it up above the congestion point there. Again, I don't know what you feel suitable with in terms of your risk profile. But if price comes up around here, stop above there, and then you get the roll back over, could be an interesting situation. Again, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Very important piece of data for me to figure out if this stuff is worthwhile or not to people. No, cheers, Lance. Yeah, next time, yeah, like I said, if you had said that the first time, like everything makes perfect sense in my mind. Yeah, Mark, I remember, yeah, you were super skeptical, Mark, but he's now been a member for many years. Like I said, do people play the top part of this general channel? I mean, a big congestion point up here I could see as resistance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you get short here? Do you? Anybody thinking short? Mike is thinking short. All right. Yeah, I could see. I could see. I'm gonna go back to the micro. Same general idea. I could see getting short up around here. At the yellow line. So the VWAP, I think you mean. Again, if we could get this up to at least 120 would be good. Can we get 4 more likes? If you are enjoying, hit that like button. All right, it's coming up here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw an order to get short right there at that yellow line. See what can happen with it here. Not looking like it's getting up there. $5 also looking pretty delicious. And really, I just get short here, stop above VWAP. If this thing can roll back over, you could be looking at a nice situation. Again, short, stop. If it rolls back down, I mean, you could be looking at a whole lot more. What is this? If I get short here at 60 and my stop is up there, that's over 20. That's 40. Do I really want to risk $40 on this one right now? I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. I am on my live stream prop account, so I can putz around a little bit more on it. We have about 7 minutes, and I'll go another 15 minutes longer, but we need to get this up to 130 likes or $10 in super chats. So, need 13 more likes in the next basically 7 minutes, and I'll go for another. I'll keep going at but we're approaching the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. But if we can get this up to 130 likes or again $10 in super chats, I'll go for. We'll keep up the commentary some more. But give people enough heads up. So yeah, about 7 minutes officially now. Need 11 more likes or $10 in super chats. What would be interesting is if this can consolidate a little more and then break down through up here, because that way my risk profile is a lot smaller at that point. We'll see what it wants to do. Oh, well, I forgot I had that order up here. Yikes. The benefits of always wanting to, you should always be clicking that gray button from time to time, because I already have an order out here, don't I? All right, 10 more likes. I think we got a chance. 6 minutes to get 10 more likes. We're now back to 11 more likes. But then again, we could have a knight in shining armor. Hey, Glee, why don't you pay me $10? What's up with that, Glee? Someone paid $10. I want to watch more. What's up with the freeloading? Why don't you pay? We're at that line. Is it going to get continuation through? I did pay with likes. Yeah. So, Glee, you're one of those people, huh? Ah. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. It's whispering. Just get short now, Clay. Do it, Clay. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. My plan was for it to come up here. That was my plan. Might turn out to be a bad plan because it never happens. Or it happens and it just keeps going, but that's my plan. Whew, I'm glad I didn't listen to that little devilish voice that wanted me to get short when it did. Now look at it. We got less than 5 minutes to get 9 more likes or a $10 super chat. I don't know. All right, is anybody getting short right here? Ooh, coming back down. That voice. Okay, rejected back down. All right, less than 4 minutes to get 8 more likes or $10 in super chats. We'll see if we can hit it or not. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Well, like I said this at the very start of the stream. Like, I haven't had any red days this week, but this week has just felt like pulling teeth. Like, I just can't quite do anything right. So I don't know what I made, like 4 or 5 trades on this stream. I think they were all green except one. I mean, I'm green on this account. I started, with just my putzing around account. But even that, it's just, like I said, it's just been a rough week. Not a red week, not even any red days, but even on my other account that I'm focused on, right here, you can see today was, at one point, was actually down 200, did fight back to going green on the day. So even this account here is green, but yeah, today has been kind of a good summary of just can't quite pinpoint. All right, I'll start to, we got 2 minutes to get 7 more likes, so it looks like this might be game over unless somebody's going to swoop in with the $10 super chat, but, and that's just what I mean. I'm going to cancel that order up there. Yeah, I was thinking when it came back down, was that it? And yes, in hindsight it was, but still, it's just... So Steffi is doing very well. I had a good fight back yesterday. Still red, but very small. Today I'm in the green. Very good. Very good. All right, we're at a minute and a half. It's not looking like we're going to hit the 130 like goal. And if somebody's going to swing with the $10 super chat, you might want to get that locked and loaded because we are running out of time. But again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button and I'll keep going. We'll do some more. But if not, we'll call it good at the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. But we're going to need 7 more likes. Or the $10 in super chats. Oh, there's Glee. Glee, you dirty, dirty dog. I thought Glee was a total broke person. He just proved me wrong. Thank you, Glee. Everybody hit that like button for Glee, the knight in shining armor. I'll be honest, he fooled me. I thought he was one of these broke people. But broke people don't give $10 super chats. All right, we're going to keep going. We'll go to at least 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I will also give Glee props for props due. I have not been the most... I've been very brutal. I've been very blunt with Glee. And he is not. He has proven to not be one of these people that's like, that was mean, I'm out of here. Oh, you're a meanie head. That wasn't very kind. He seems to not be offended by that stuff, which I actually really respect. At this day and age, we need a little bit more of that, where people can just be a little blunt to one another, get to the point, but not be offended. So, Lee, you have nothing but my credit there, sir. Well, I hope you're a sir. If you're a ma'am, sir or ma'am. Well, the question in my mind really becomes, are we going to be looking at a double? Actually, I take that back. A triple bottom. Let me bring over the 5 minute because this will illustrate this better. So we have the overnight low. We have bounce number 1. Can you see that, or is it behind my ugly mug? No, there it is. We have bounce number 2. Does this thing come down and give us right here? Do we get bounce number 3? Are we looking at a potential triple bottom? That is the question right now. Assuming, of course, there's more continuation through this trend line, but 20,003. That is the key dynamic. Can we get down there? 20,003. Will this be a triple bottom? Putzing around the support area even when looking at yesterday's action. Yeah. Don't go to Germany. You'll both be butt. You'll both be butt every day if you're sensitive. Okay, but there's clearly a typo there. Germans are very, very direct. There's either a typo or a missing word. You'll be butt every day. Oh, okay. I mean, I am German, so maybe that's where the directness comes from. Well, this trend line is played out. And now, and this is why I like the 21 EMA. Check out how the price has been respecting that 21 EMA. Rejected, rejected, rejected. No, GME is garbage, especially with your $500. Like, that's just, again, you don't actually believe it's going to $500. And honestly, you keep talking about GME. Nobody here really cares about. I guess I don't want to speak for everybody. If anybody here cares about GME other than JDA, can you give me a 1 in the chat box? Or let me put it this way: if you don't care about GME, give me a 2 in the chat box. Because I'm trying to determine, is all this talk of GME off topic? So if you do not care about ticker symbol GME, give me a number 2 in the chat box. Yeah. All right. So at this point, JDA, just don't talk about GME anymore. People here are just not interested. Thank you. All right. It's coming down here. You know, why not? Why not? I'll see if there's some sort of triple bottom here. Just go 1. Put my stop loss down here. Sell stop. So I'll give it a little bit of wiggle room if it wants to break down through there, but this will, I think, either be a pretty quick bounce or it'll be a pretty quick stop out. Let's see. But let's see if we can get a triple bottom here. Now, come on now. I do not speak German. I'm not like that German. Oh, how did you not film me? How did I not? I was at 20. Oh no, I can see it. I can see it. Look, I see. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a space between the low of this candle and that green line, which was my order. Oh, so close. You dirty dog. You dirty dog. So close. All right, I will cancel that out. Well, if you played the triple bottom and you actually got filled, congratulations. That was crazy. Man. I don't know the quality of the screen for you, but I promise on my end I could see there was a little bit of a space. Like I don't know if this streams in 1080p. I have no idea, but if you could not see it, I guess you'll just have to trust me, but there was a little bit of space, so it makes sense on how close I was. It's going to bounce hard. No, you do not know that, Ken. Don't say anything is going to happen. Come on, Ken. You know that's a pet peeve. It could bounce hard. There's a potential to bounce hard. I agree with those statements, but don't say it's going to bounce hard. Because one thing I can guarantee, Ken, you are not all in right now. You have not put your life savings. You have not put everything you own into this. Because you would if it was truly going to bounce hard in a guaranteed sense, you would be all in right now. But I guarantee you're not. And the reason why you're not is because you realize that there's no guarantee that it's going to bounce hard. So Ken is pressing my buttons. He knows that's a pet peeve. Making claims like that. Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. It'd be great if we could get this up to 130. All right, I am looking for a potential short. So what I want is I want to see the price come up here, hit that line, and then come back down. And then I will look to get short as it comes back down because then I have a tight stop right above that area. But as of right now, it's not necessarily looking like it wants to go up and even hit that. And do you guys enjoy the commentary? Is this commentary helpful? I'm open for suggestions. So by all means, if you have suggestions, let me know. That's how I've literally built the business, listening to constructive criticism. Clay, you suck is not, okay, thanks. Thanks for giving me feedback, but there's not a whole lot I can do with Clay, you suck. But like if you have some constructive stuff, that'd be great. Bought my first prop firm account today, $50 for 50K buying power. Is that good? I'm guessing you did not buy with Take Profit Trader. So that's disappointing. You didn't use my link. You didn't go with Take Profit Trader. And I don't know because I don't know what prop company you did, but I have no idea if that's good because I don't know any of the rules that you're going with. So it might be good, might be bad, but I am a Take Profit Trader person. Yeah, I have not heard good things about them, so I would say not good. So much so that I'm actually going to get rid of your comment just because, like I said, what I hear is no bueno. So there we go. All right. I'm still watching this level again. If this wants to come up here and then come back down, I am potentially interested in a short because it'll give me a small little tight stop. And if I get some move in my favor, I'll be looking good. All right, here we go. No. I need a way. Okay, perfect. Come up through. It went through, but that happened way too fast. I could not. Damn. Like I said, all I wanted was to come up a little bit and then come back down because it opened up perfectly. Oh man, that was so beautiful, but it all happened way too fast. Way too fast. Put one full, sold at 20.26. So you took 20 points, Ken? I thought you said it was going to bounce hard. Your definition of bouncing hard is 20 points? Huh? What's up with that? It was like last week when someone was like, oh, it's going to fly. And then they were like, yeah, I took profits at 10 points. I'm thinking, wait, what do you mean you took profits at 10 points? You just told us all it was going to fly. Your definition of flying is 10 points? Same question to Ken. Your definition of bouncing hard is 20 points? Come on now. I mean, I would not call you crazy. And I'm thinking, do you try a long down here? I mean, why not? It's bounced several times. You have a very tight stop. I mean, I think I got to take a long if it gets down there. I mean, I have such minimal risk. I think you got to do it. Well, yeah, 20 points could be $4,000. But again, if you're going to make the claim something will bounce hard, and then you're defining bouncing hard as 20 points, same thing as, oh, if it breaks this, the price is going to fly. And then you take profits at 20 points. You're like, wait, flying is 20 points? I mean, in some senses, you could get short there, stop over there. I mean, the risk profiles risk reward I can still see making sense, but no. Ken is a pumper. Ken belongs in penny stocks. He's like a penny stock pumper. This thing is going to bounce so hard. And they're like, oh, no, I offloaded it after like 10%. Oh, but that's not what you said, did you? You said bounce hard. That's my whole point, Ken. You're the equivalent of saying if it's going to break like to the upside, oh, this is going to fly. And then you take profits at 20 points. It's like, I would think that flying is at least probably like, I don't know, 40, 50, maybe even more points for something to fly. Same with to bounce hard. Like really bouncing hard is 20 points. Oh, it's a bounce, but that was not your original pumper statement, Ken. Like you said, it will bounce hard. All right, I got to get long here. Oh, I missed it. There we go. There we go. So I'll stop right there. So let's see if we can get a bounce. There we go. Let's make this for sure a winning trade. Bounce some more. Come on. I want a quick bounce. Quick bounce. Keep going. All right. Stopped out there. So small little winner. But like in my world, I wanted, something like this. Boom. And I would have dragged it upwards, but there we go. Ken's a pumper Ken. Ken, that's what you need to change your name to. Pumper Ken. Exactly, Glee. That's what I'm saying. Ken's a pumper, though. He makes bold claims and then he doesn't follow through with his bold claims. He did say it was going to bounce hard. And now he's trying to tell us that bounce hard means 20 points. Oh, Ken. Gotcha. Pumper Ken. Now, I'm scared. I would be scared to get long here again. But it's a catch-22, but because I'm also scared to get short. But at this point now, oh boy, if this thing fails, because you got to think, a lot of longs have their stops down below here. A lot of longs didn't play it how I did. They didn't play it in that aggressive scalping mode. So you got to think a lot of longs have the stops. So if it breaks down here, there might be a lot of discouraged longs. And discouraged longs, angry longs, longs that are disappointed, those are the longs that kind of tend to sell. So is that going to create an emotional reaction from the longs, which I would understand because you have longs looking for bounces. They have the well-defined stop and they will be disappointed, angry, frustrated if these lows fail. And as a short, those are good spots to be getting in at where people are angry and disappointed and, frustrated. Yeah, that's what you want to feast on as a short. You want to feast on those emotions. Oh, I got Ken. I got his goat. Do you teach emotional in your class? Ken, I got to keep this entertaining. But don't change it to me. Don't attack me. You're the one that made pumper claims. But yeah, it does drive me nuts. As somebody that grew up in the world of penny stocks, I can't stand pumpers. You try to pee on our leg and tell us it was raining, Ken. It's going to bounce hard. Oh, I took it at 20 points. It's going to fly. Oh, I got out at 10 points. Wait, what? You just said it was going to bounce hard. It was going to fly. That's okay, Ken. If you're a pumper, just be like, yeah, I'm a pumper. That's cool. Like, pumpers exist. The market needs pumpers. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, you can come in. You want to show me something? Okay.
This mail.
Oh, I got mail?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Got 2.
2?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, you'll get us some likes. Oh. All right. Can you say, okay, that's the number we're going to watch right there, the 127, okay? Can you say, please hit the like button, please?
Please click the like button.
There you go. Oh, look at that. It just went up.
It can help me make money.
Yeah, it'll help us make money, yeah.
It can do down.
No, we don't want it to go, we don't know. We want that to go up. Yeah, we want that.
What's up?
What's up? What do you mean what's up? You know what up is.
No, red or...
Oh, okay, let's look at this one. So red means it's going down, and green means it's going up. But right now, I don't really care because there's no money. But do you think it's going to go a certain direction?
Yeah.
What direction do you think it's going to go?
2, 7. 7.
You think it's going to go to 7?
Yeah.
What's that? Where do you see a 7 at? Or did you just think the price is going to go up or down?
Up.
Why do you say that?
Uh,
Are you just guessing?
no.
Well, you're not? Well, then why do you think it's going to go up?
No, I mean, why we're making money.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not making any money because I don't have any trades on right now.
Oh.
But look, you were right. It's starting to go up. Look at the green. Yeah. All right. Thank you for...
What? I like that moon.
Oh, yeah, the moon on the keyboard. I don't know what that's for. All right, good job. Okay, can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Oh, the whisper. I like it. Adding some drama. That's fantastic. Adding some drama. See you later. Yeah, so that overnight low. Woo, boy. Longs are liking it so far, but if that fails, you got to think they're going to be in the freak out mode. Was a good 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute chart for a quick snipe there. Good. Granddaughters are 16 and 14. Hey, Dale Weller's here. I got to give you mod status because I know I can trust you. So if you see anything just totally asinine, just delete it, Dale. If you see somebody pumping something, if you see somebody, we haven't had anything. I don't even know if the bots exist, like they do in my comment section. But good to have you. How's your day going, Daller? She's good luck. Sorry, Daller. I just seen that now. You must be long right now. That's true. She disappeared and now it's showing back up red. Sorry, Daller. Yeah, Mark. I still remember that one. That was crazy. You're looking at it makes trading more profitable. Yeah, it does. And thanks to Glee, thanks to Chris, she'll actually be able to eat some edible food. No stones. To Glee, and to Chris, and to Shadex, and to somebody else. But they gave it, I can't remember, for the analysis on AMD. Kids are 35, 28, 21. Good. So nobody can blame you for the population decline. I mean, you did your part. Just everything. Ugly price action today. Yeah, it's been kind of rough. But right now, I mean, what I'm seeing is we have a descending triangle. So if we use this moving average, the 21 EMA, as our trend line right here, and then we use the overnight low as the bottom part, we are staring, and this is by no means a great discovery on my part. I assure you a lot of people around the world have noticed this descending triangle, and when a lot of people are watching the same pattern and wondering the same thing, you can get some self-fulfilling prophecies for sure. So that still doesn't mean there's such a thing as a guarantee, but if you're to tell me that this thing comes down here and breaks through it and then gets more continuation, again, not guaranteed to happen, but I don't think anybody would be shocked by that at all. But this is not, I'm not trying to come across like this is a great discovery. A lot of people are watching this exact pattern. I forgot to do this because I forgot that when people are getting logged on, they're gonna think that I mean if it breaks here, it's for sure doing that. Nope, there's always a question mark because there's never a guarantee. So that's kind of what's on my mind right now. I don't know. What would be great, and this may be me getting too picky, if it wants to come down here and then do this, get this, but this may be too high maintenance. One more attempted move back up and then a failure. Just get one more failure like somewhere around here and then it breaks down through. That might be the cat's meow right there. It's going to break, shake everyone out, and then rip coming out of lunch. I see it too many times for sure. Uh-oh, we got Rhino making guarantees. So Rhino is going to buy. Right, Rhino? You're going all in down here? Is that Rhino? Is that your plan, Rhino? He's going all in. His entire account. You're going all in right there? Well, what? Why are you not going all in? You said it's going to break, shake everyone out, then rip coming out of lunch. I see it too many times. All for sure. If it's a for sure, then why are you not going all in if it's a for sure? Honest question. If it is a for sure going to happen, then why would you not go all in down here if it's a fake break? Legitimate question. I need to work on populating the world. Yes, especially in the United States, our replacement rates, they're like not good. I think I've done my part. I'm at 6 kids. So I'm not, sitting here being a hypocrite about that, saying, got to do your part. Yeah, how many kids you got? I got 6. I'm trying to feed them. So right now, you got to think, ask yourself, longs that were down here, how do you think they're feeling right now? They got to be feeling pretty good. But if this move were to come back down, now how do you think they're feeling? Very frustrated, very angry. And if that can break through there, I mean, this makes this area look even spicier now. But that assumes that this is going to fail. But the longs right now, if you're a long accumulating down here with a stop right there, you're feeling great. Okay, doing battle with the 50 period moving average. But if this move fails, you will have longs crying, cursing, punching screens, and as shorts, that's where we are interested. Oh, Rhino. Well, then we're on the same page. That makes a big difference. Agreed, Rhino. Agreed. I agree with that assessment of things. So again, now we're kind of on the flip side of things. If this is a sideways channel, which it very well may be, we seemingly have the top of the channel right up here around VWAP. Bottom of the channel is the overnight low. So boom, boom, boom. Are we going back up here to revisit? And if so, is this just another rejection point where you get short and then you look to play it back down to the bottom of the channel? Something that you need to consider. But right now, it's looking like we have a very real chance that this could just be some sort of sideways channel here. But again, ask yourself, as a long, you're feeling good, and then the price drops all the way down here. Got to be feeling pretty disappointed. Although, to be fair, maybe some longs did take gains. And if it comes down here, maybe they're thinking of trying to play it long again. But again, if they're playing it long right there, I mean, put yourself in their shoes. What would they be thinking? Well, they're probably thinking, well, I want a tight stop. Let me put my stop down there. So that is why that overnight low is oh so important. What trading platform do you use? I am using, as my prop firm, Take Profit Trader, which if you want to support the live stream, use the link that I have pinned or that you see on your screen there. And then through Take Profit Trader as my prop firm, I am using Tradeovate as the platform itself. Projection. I don't know what that's in regards to. I'm long from 38 from 038. 038. I don't know what that's referring to. Oh, right here? Oh, right here? Oh, okay. 38. Gotcha. I'm assuming did you buy this breakout right here, Salty? Please don't tell me you bought here and then sat through all of that. Did you just buy and go long right there? TPT is great. Yeah, I mean, their payment policy is, what really separates them from everybody else. Again, hit that like button if you are enjoying, if you appreciate the commentary, if you're making money, if you're having fun, if you're learning. Any of the above. Hit that like button. It helps. Helping me gauge the popularity of these. I am interested in getting short if it wants to come back down here because I have a tight stop. So let me put my sell right there. And my stop will be right there. If it comes up any further, though, that invalidates the trade plan. So if it goes up above this crosshair, no more good. No more good. I don't think that's the English language. Yep, went up through there. Never mind. All right, well. I could see that up here, though. If it wants to push up through here and then come back down, I will try to catch it on the way back down from the short side. Do you think they'll ever change a policy? I don't think so, because I think their policy of how they pay and pay quickly and pay in any amount you want and pay whenever you want, I think that's what's really separating them from the competition. So I mean, anything's possible, but I can't imagine them changing that when that's what makes them so attractive. I mean, that's the main reason I recommend them. I know a lot of other live streamers, they recommend like 15 prop firms, and that's okay. That's fine. But for me, I've aligned with them just because I really appreciate that about them. I think if you make money, you should be able to request that money whenever you want, and you should be able to request it in whatever amount you want. Hey, Clay, do you ever use that far right level? No, this is the DOM, depth of market. I just include it because I know some people do like it and to watch it, but I don't use it. Maybe I should be, but I don't. Glad you're doing futures now, Clay. I used to watch your videos when I started trading years ago. Thanks for all your time. Cool, Rhino. Well, I don't think I recognize your name. This might be your first time on the stream, so thank you for swinging by. Hopefully you'll come back or stay or whatever. If you don't mind, hit that like button before you go. Where is your stop? I'm not in this. Take profit trader is by far the best on every level. Yeah, hard to disagree with that. Oh, he is using futures. Yeah, Brian. I don't trade as far as day trading is concerned. Day trading stocks, day trading options, day trading futures, day trading crypto. All those are pure garbage. I know that's maybe a strong statement, but I can back up the statement. I can give a very persuasive strategy, a very persuasive reason on that. It's known as Pam's Plant. Pam's Plant is undefeated. Again, keyword being day trader, day trading. That's the category Pam's Plant is in. And in the category of day trading or day trader, if you are day trading stocks, options, Forex, or crypto, you are wasting your time. Those things are garbage compared to Pam's Plant. So what do you used to day trade? I used to day trade stocks and options, and those are pure garbage. Especially if you don't have $25,000, because then you have to deal with the pesky pattern day trading rule. So you don't own one share of stock. See, Ken, this is why listening is important. What category did I say Pam's Plant was in? What category? I used the specific category, Ken. I'm going to test you, see if you're listening. Does trading bring you stress? No, not. I mean, it used to, but in general, I like to work out, lift weights, stuff like that. I don't necessarily do it to manage my stress. It probably helps with stress, but I have 6 kids, 4 daughters. I want to make sure that I'm around to walk them all down the aisle. So I want to stay healthy. I'm trying to get into day trading, but not sure what platform to use for it. Well, Brian, I would first off trade. Well, let me ask you this, Brian. Do you have $25,000? And again, Ken, I'm still waiting. When I talk about Pam's Plan, I emphasize something. Do you hear I talk about a certain category that Pam's Plan is in. Okay, Rhino, so you used to trade options, and my claim is options from a day trading standpoint are pure garbage compared to futures. Would you agree? Like, is futures just so much better than options day trading? Okay, Brian, so you don't have $25,000. Man, look at this move right back down. So That is why I would recommend, yes, thank you, Rhino. That's why I would say you do futures through a prop firm, because with futures, there's no pattern day trading rule. In the world of stocks or options, if you don't have $25,000, you may not day trade as often as you want. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. And then with futures, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons. This is Pam's plant right here. That's what Pam's plan is all about. You know, with the first part being the pattern day trading rule, there is none. There's great movement around the clock. You can short whenever you want. You don't have to spend time screening. Then with a prop firm, you put very little of your money at risk. You have, very good risk control because of rules, and you can protect your own money. So there's a lot of benefits all seen there with Pam's plant. But yeah, if you're a beginner, then just alone as somebody that wants to grow an account, it's going to be hard to grow an account from a day trading standpoint when your day trades are limited, because they say, no, you can only do 3 day trades every 5 days. So that is why I would say to do futures through a prop firm. And if you want to support the stream, then you can use the link that's at the top posted there. Okay, so Ken, I don't know, ran off. So Ken's like, so you don't own 1 share of stock? And as I've said about 40 times on this live stream, I am saying within the category of day trading, if you want to be a day trader, if you want to day trade, then all those other things, day trading stocks, day trading crypto, day trading forex, day trading options, are total garbage. Now, in the category of investing, sure, I own stocks, but that's a different category. That's investing. Swing trading, there are some very cool things you can do with options from a swing trading standpoint. Same with stocks. Some cool things, but that's a different category. That is swing trading. Category of day trading is where Pam's plant and the argument is coming from. So that's why I was like, Ken, are you even listening? Because that's why I'm emphasizing, and I've said, and Ken's been here, so I don't know. I think Ken he likes to try to stir the pot, or I don't know what Ken's doing. But, so yes, I do own stock, but that is in the category of investing. In the category of day trading, trading futures is way better than stocks. All right, well, we just went over 3 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and call this mission complete. And I'm a terrible salesman, but I am doing a free webinar tonight. So if you want to learn more about the tools I'm using, how I build consistency, how I manage risk, and just make sure you have a right framework, because a lot of people are operating from a false framework. They're operating from a framework that doesn't actually make sense. I can see why they would be doing it, but that doesn't mean that it makes sense. This will ensure that you have a good framework to work from. So if you're interested, like I said, that'll be this evening. You can check out that link right there. And then for those of you that are maybe potentially in the market for a trading computer, I am using a trading computer that was built by this company. And I was pretty anti-custom builds. Like, why would I pay somebody? Let me just build my own, stuff like that. But this company reached out and was like, we disagree with you, and let us prove it to you. And then they offered like, well, can we work out some sort of affiliate deal? And I was like, no, if I like your computer, I'll just talk about it free of charge. So I'm talking about it free of charge. I said, well, just send this guide to people. I've read the guide. Very, very helpful. So check out that guide if you're even thinking about needing to upgrade your trading platform or your computer or get into it. Very, very, very helpful guide and gives a lot of good pointers. So make sure you check out that link. Sign up with that. Again, I am using the computer that they built for me, and it's awesome. It's very convenient, great customer service. But even if you don't use them, the guide in and of itself, very, very helpful. So make sure to check that out. And then as far as if you want to support the channel and get in the prop firm world, yeah, I saw those computers. You like them, Clay? It's awesome, Rhino. It's awesome. It's like lightning fast. But if you want to support the channel, then you can use that link right there. Thoughts on Trade Locker. I don't know what never heard of it. Never heard of it. I have zero thoughts. Wow, 3-hour stream. People kept going. We had Glee, we had Chris. People were hitting the like button. So fantastic. Well, everybody, thank you for your time. And I think I'm going to try 11 o'clock again. I think I'll be back. Usually it's 11:15 or 11:30, but I think I'm going to try tomorrow to be back at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we'll see what happens with it. What stocks do you recommend? I recommend zero stocks because day trading stocks are garbage, Brian. And if you want to build up money as a day trader, Do futures trading through a prop firm. Clay, can we build our own internet connection? I don't know what you mean by own internet connection. I assumed you would need an internet provider to have an internet connection, but I don't think I'm quite understanding that. But I'm going to hop off, everybody. Take care. And again, if you enjoyed this, hit the like button. And also, just a super easy way to help the channel as a whole, please hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Everybody take care. Have a good one.